Hey Josh, did you know that this episode is our 100th episode?
Say what?
I know, right? Now it's
That's
time to
crazy.
celebrate.
Yeah.
And as a special guest for you guys, we got the Sticks coming up. We got the band Sticks is gonna play.
What?
Sticks is gonna play.
No, they're not. They're not here.
Yeah, we contacted them. They're late. Yeah, but
No one responded to the emails.
not even Bono.
Not even Bono.
What about Maroon 5?
Yeah, no one came. No one responded to the emails. No one wished us happy 100th. We're alone. 100 episodes in and we're alone, Sarah. Hi, everyone.
Hey guys.
Welcome to
The 100th episode of A Podcast Will Save This Relationship.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Sarah. And this is... I had to do it to
You
him.
had to do it. You had to do it. 100 episodes in, and we can't take this seriously.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah,
oh, yeah, Josh. Tell me how this is taking it seriously.
This is a serious fucking podcast for serious people. This is like if NPR was more dry. Did you know that?
It was more dry?
More dry.
Wow.
More fact focused instead of that lib shit. 100 episodes in, we still don't know how to start this.
Yeah, we still
I'm
don't know
gonna take
how.
this off, dude. This is hurting my chin.
I'm keeping mine on. Y'all know me. I'm a hat girl.
Yes, you are. How you doing, Sarah? Let's actually stop because now we gotta do a show.
Oh.
We gotta do a show. All right, we can do this during the Patreon read. Don't worry.
Okay, fine.
How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing,
I'm doing
Josh?
good. How do you feel? 100 episodes.
That's pretty good.
This has been what, 2.5 years of podcasting, and we finally hit
holy crap.
the 100 episode mark.
That's wild.
We've actually produced more than 100 episodes of this, technically, or at least 100 episodes period of podcasts.
Yeah, we've done more because we did the worst takes is not a part of this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean now it is. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Well, okay, yeah, literally now it is, but
Yeah.
the other episodes were not.
Yeah, but we did it. We did 100 of these.
Yeah.
There are 100 different files
Yeah.
out there in the world. Minus like 30 of them, but
So many hours of content.
so many hours. I think in the first year that we did this show, it was like what, 72 hours?
I think
total?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because you were freaking out. You were like 3 days worth of content.
We made 3 days worth of content.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and now we probably make 5 to 7 days worth of content in a year.
And people have watched us for years.
Yeah,
now.
technically, yeah. I think
and like years of content.
yeah. So
You know.
last month we get this letter from an email from YouTube that told us all of the new stats. Like, oh, here's how much people have watched you.
Yeah.
And we got about 1/5 of a year and a month of just pure watch time.
That's crazy.
120,000 minutes with
Why?
4,000-ish views or something like that. Probably like 2,000 views. I don't remember.
Like, why do you guys watch this?
I don't know. I really. You
I
think
just don't understand it.
we haven't evolved past day one.
No.
I mean,
Well, maybe we
No,
still,
we have.
like we've evolved like emotionally, like, socially.
oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, we've definitely. Yeah, there are some dark days in this. It's interesting.
Nobody will ever find.
Yeah, and it's interesting to think about how, in hindsight, this podcast really started off as kind of like a cesspool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
but,
a
like,
juvenile.
Yeah.
Well, because we were juveniles.
Yeah,
like
I was
you were 19, I
you
was
were
21, and
Now you're 24. I'm 22.
Jesus Christ, that's fucking crazy.
We have done this for so long
Yeah.
that it's been technically 3 years since we first started doing it, and as long as age goes,
10 years. Wait, what?
3 years.
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
years.
3 years. Yeah,
Did
10
you say
years.
10 years?
We've been doing this since we were teenagers.
I was gonna say, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm also as usual tired.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we did it, and to celebrate because Walmart doesn't have happy 100th episode banners for some reason. We have happy birth, and technically day is behind me.
Because the day is behind us.
Happy birthday. There we go.
Birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
There we go.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a nice round number.
Well, I just feel like accomplished now. Like in these years of I'm dying.
This is our last episode. Sarah has contracted the COVID-19 virus.
Old. I'm 100 episodes. I only had. It's like composers, how they only have 9 symphonies in them and then they die.
Mm.
I only have 100 episodes in me until I pass away.
You pass away.
Yeah.
Jesus, I hope not.
Yeah, right.
There's too many more things we have to do with this.
True.
Like read more Reddit stuff.
Just that's
interesting. Okay, so I was thinking about it more because I was retroactively kind of looking. I mean, I usually look back to see because I know people do go back to some of the earlier stuff that we've left up.
Yeah.
And like I'm thinking about like we've done special episodes before where we've done like, oh, it's been a year or oh, it's been technically 2 years.
Yeah.
Even though the 2-year one we didn't really give a shit about too much.
Well, it was just like
we did this already. Yeah. But fucking like I'm thinking about a lot of the like the more higher concept things we did when we were audio only. Like the first one that you'll see now is us making fun of the Nostalgia Critics The Wall.
Yeah.
And we did it as an homage to Red Letter Media.
Yes, we did.
Which that was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun. Yeah.
And I remember before this got deleted, but the R. Kelly
oh my god
thing.
Trapped in the closet in my old house, and then like you can hear my roommate coming home, and then I was asking her about what she thinks about what R. Kelly has said, and then her saying stuff off mic, not mic'd. Like you can still hear that. It's so fucking crazy.
Fucking dude. I remember like because I remember just having the fucking what is it? I think it's still around here like somewhere, but like the old little mixer that had this constant buzz.
Oh yes.
And the only mics that would work on it because of that buzz were like condenser mics.
Yeah, and then you gave that shit to me and I tried to record stuff on it and I couldn't do it because the buzz was so bad.
And then we upgraded the fucking audio thing. And then we heard, and then it was just too loud with the condensers, so we finally got to use these bad boys.
Right.
Because I think I bought like 4 of these with the intention of like, oh, we're gonna have more people on.
Yeah, because we thought we were gonna do like a D&D podcast. Yeah. We thought we were gonna do so much shit that we just ended up not doing.
Well, or at least put it on the
back burner.
Yeah,
because we could
eventually. Yeah, but like
especially with the studio setup now,
we have more flexibility to do shit.
Yeah, more
as opposed
room.
To yeah. Like now that we have cameras, we can do shit with cameras.
Yeah.
We can do basically we've put a lot of fucking time and effort into this,
but it's always been out of love,
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it's never. I legit never thought I would see a fucking dime from this podcast.
Honestly, I get it. Yeah, I just thought we were just gonna be like a little indie thing that like no one knew about.
Yeah, we just are putting up stuff, but then like we used to be on an app called Podcoin.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, remember the Podcoin days and they would artificially inflate our numbers?
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know what Podcoin was, I think I found Podcoin for like a fucking ad because I was listening to a lot of podcasts at the time.
I thought we were reached out to via email and they were like, "Hey, join Podcoin." And we were like, "Okay, sure, why not?" Because we were putting our podcast on everything at that point.
Yeah, we were trying to get it on every single platform, like you do with a podcast.
You pretty much want to try and do that.
Yeah, you want people to listen to you.
And it's like Joe Schmo could only listen to Apple Podcasts and not Spotify, like the rest of us gays. Listen to Spotify.
Yeah, so like fucking with that, and then they reached out to us, and then I put us on. And they had this thing, and what it was it's basically just a data mining type thing, or like trying to
absolutely,
100%. So what it would be is like, okay, listen to podcasts, and like for every like minute or like every 90 minutes or something,
you get like 10 cents.
Yeah, and like 10 cents they could use on like a gift card if you were able to get to it. But you'd have to listen to a lot of podcasts to like fucking do that.
But then also you got boosts if you listen to specific podcasts that they were advertising.
Yeah, because those podcasts would put in mid rolls actually they wanted pre rolls to do it. Or I think they wanted either or.
Yeah, they wanted either pre rolls or mid rolls.
Yeah.
And so we ended up doing that for a long time, for like months.
For like a month or two, and then it came down. There was a point though.
They took the fucking app down.
Yeah, because obviously it didn't make money.
Yeah, like of course not.
Amazingly giving people money for no reason, just because some fucking investor in Silicon Valley, some angel investor, was like, oh, maybe someone will be able to make something with this.
Well, because there's a lot of money to be made in podcasts.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's one of the more monetized types things, because podcasters actually it's a much more niche thing, I think, compared to like TV or YouTube. Like the CPM usually for podcasts are much higher than just standard YouTube videos.
Yeah, and it's also something that can be very easily made, you know?
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's like playing the saxophone. Everybody can pick up a saxophone and make a sound on a saxophone, but not everybody's going to be really good at playing the saxophone. But with that, it's like, I don't know, how can you tell a good podcaster from a bad It's just people fucking talking into a microphone.
Exactly, and you just find people that you like listening to. And it's just very...
Which is interesting, because I think when we started, we were like, it's quality. The quality of sound is what, separates a good podcaster from a bad podcaster. But now I feel like it's not. Like, I feel like there are big podcasts out there that do not sound very good, and people love it. And that's just like a part of their brand.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like,
it's wild to see, but it's great to see. It's punk rock.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, so it's very like, it's just a weird... If there is a Wild West on the internet, I feel like podcast is probably the biggest thing. So like, I don't know, it's like really, it's just so interesting. And okay, well, with Podcoin, can we talk about I know you bragged about this, but there was a point where we got boosted and it stayed on overnight, and that artificially inflated us to like thousands of listens.
Well, yeah, but it also, we became, in the comedy section of Podcoin, we were like number 13. Meaning we were above like my brother and me.
Yeah, and you really helped put that on your...
Holy shit, that's so funny. To be higher than my brother, than these fucking moguls of podcasting.
Even for a brief moment.
Which I'm a huge fan of, and, always have been.
Yeah, same.
It's just fucking crazy to be like a fan of podcast. Like, you and I are true fans of podcasting.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Like, we've been listening to podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts since before my freshman year of high school.
Yeah,
like
same.
the summer before my freshman year of high school.
At some point, I think it was either middle school, like late middle school, early high school. I was definitely into podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that's 6 years.
Jesus.
For me.
Yeah, and I'm probably...
That was like back when like Mark Maron was like the biggest guy.
What year are you? Okay, which year is it? Because 6 years ago would have been
2015.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's your 18. No. Yeah,
that's why I would have been 18. I think I'm so young. Oh no, I'm growing older before my eyes. No, that was...
I'm close to double digits, I think.
Me too. I think I'm 11. I think 11 years then.
Yeah, so I'm probably around 8-9 years of at least knowing what podcasts are. Like, yeah, it's like...
Or listening. I mean, like, actively listening to them. I mean, like, one after the other, every fucking day.
Yeah.
10 podcasts a day, deep in it. Like, I used to listen to this podcast. My first ever podcast was probably science. And it was a bunch of not scientists, but comedians who really loved science and were science majors in college, reading science facts and then having their comedian friends on who just like didn't give a shit about science to like hear these nerds talk about it, and then them being like, wait, what the fuck is going on with climate change? And then to be like, yeah. And I just remember that's how I got my news. That's how I got, like, I knew about stuff, and it was like, I don't know, it was a big deal for me because, you know, I could multitask also. And 11 years later, here I am with my own podcast that has 100 episodes. It's fucking crazy to me.
I feel that. I think the reason why I got into podcasts is the same reason why I got into like writing, I think, and it's a community.
Yeah.
Community, the creator of community, Dan Harmon, has Harmontown.
Yes.
And I think I started listening to it around the time, like at least a year or two after it came out. So whenever like it started.
Yeah, me too, I think.
So I think because I remember like riding home on the bus from school listening to like Harmon Country when he went around on tour and shit.
Yeah.
And I remember and I think that's the main podcast that I've listened to primarily. I've definitely that's stuck through with me the longest of all of them.
Yeah.
Like I remember and my whole, it's a weird thing about it. So I was actually re-listening to some of Harmontown recently.
Yeah, we still listen to Harmontown.
Yeah, we'll definitely go back
again. Yeah.
And just try to relive a lot of those bits and the raps.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like and I think there was a guest on Harmontown that I would eventually listen to another podcast of without even knowing, Robert Evans, as I slowly became a more left-leaning, and like learning more about, and then podcasting became not only like entertainment but like education and like shaping some of my political beliefs.
And
like,
a lot, very political. Like Harmontown became, as it was interesting because as politics became more and more radicalized and more bleak, Harmontown became more like fucking socialist, basically.
Kinda, yeah.
Pretty much. It was, I remember like the big scandal with the what is that fucking thing with Ajit Pai and his big Reese's mug?
Oh yeah.
The FCC, where they were going to
get rid of net neutrality.
Yeah, get rid of net neutrality, and then it was also, or no, before that, it was the surveillance shit, where everybody found out that
the Edward Snowden leak, where they realized that.
No, after that there was a different leak where like they found out that the FBI has the ability to listen in on everybody's phone calls, basically.
Are you sure that's not the Edward Snowden stuff?
No, it was like afterwards. It was like a different leak. The Edward Snowden stuff came out like at least months earlier. It was maybe like the second wave of the Edward Snowden stuff.
Okay, then. All right.
But it wasn't immediately when Edward Snowden was happening. And I remember everybody freaking out about it. And I remember hearing Dan Harmon say, like, he just had such an interesting take on it, where he was like, fucking, of course this is going to happen. And now going back and like viewing all of his other stuff since 9/11, it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That he would think that, because it just, it's crazy to see, like, podcasting is historical to me in that it captures moments in time of artists and people, like people's voices of what's happening at that point in time in history.
Yeah.
And it's very useful because young people today don't fucking know what it was like in post 2001.
Yeah.
Immediate post 2001 9/11, and they don't realize the I think now more than ever kids do, but
I think
like it's consequences that had on everything.
Yeah.
And just kind of how everything's been traveling at a fucking terribly awful rate since then.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a birthday hat and talking about 9/11 right now.
That's why I took my hat off.
Podcast.
This is why.
This is so funny. But no, I think I love. It's something that I've always loved about podcasting, because it's something that I do love, which is just historical. Historical evidence. I don't know. I have a weird passion for historical evidence. I don't know why.
I get that.
You know.
I don't know. Yeah, and I guess my greater point was that podcasting led into other podcasts that and like I don't. It's just crazy. And I think since day one of like doing a podcast, because I remember like being a teenager and being in high school and I tried to do my own solo podcast and I gave up on it because I was a fucking dumb teen and like it sounded like shit, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And then I did another podcast in high school with two of my friends at the time. One friend for one episode, and then we did a second episode, and I just never edited it because I thought it sounded like shit.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, so and then that got scrapped, and that's end of that. I think, and then we did this one, And this one's actually successful. Fucking great. But
it takes a couple tries.
No, yeah, it takes a couple tries. But I think ever since, like, even like in those, I think there was always a hint of like that Dan Harmontown-esque, like, just kind of go on a stage and say whatever you want, or like try to make sense of things, you know?
Yeah, I think that's something that I've always wanted, and I was really kind of shocked to hear with Dan Harmon, because it was like every other podcast I listened to had a structure, like Probably Science. Or like, I'm trying to think of what else. My Brother and Me is similar in that they went to Yahoo Answers.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of forced to not. But, you know, What the Fuck with Mark Maron. I'm trying to think of like anything. And all my podcasts are from like, Dynamic Banter also had that looseness because they just kind of choose topics to talk about and they just meme on, which I also thought that was fucking brilliant. And it's just, it's an art form. And seeing people compound on art forms over the years and then deciding to jump in and do it.
Yeah.
It felt inevitable. And it also felt like we don't know what the fuck we're doing still, which is, I think, the magic of podcasts is that anyone can do it. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. And, you know, eventually you're going to find the thing that you're going to, you know, like, that people are going to like. And you like doing, or you don't mind doing, and you're gonna fucking be a creator, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know. It's beautiful how it just kind of like it's all. You're right, and that's very punk rock. You know,
it's super punk rock.
It's probably the most bare bones you can get. With a, I mean, because like writing is the most bare bones, right? But it's a lot harder to digest, you know, because you know you have to focus time and like kind of
in a society that is anti-intellectual.
Well, like yes,
absolutely. If we were all like,
Sarah, if we lived in utopia, we would all be reading books.
If we were all reading
this would be
books
typed
while we
into a fucking
shit
Google
out of
Docs.
our asshole.
Yes, we would be typing literally every word we're saying into Google Docs and putting that out on the internet. You know? But like no, like fucking in a society that value that hates intellectualism, and a society that doesn't have the time to spare to even read anymore. Yeah, podcasts is like the most consumable of anything, because it is, you don't need to, even though we have
you just
cameras,
gotta have ears.
You just gotta have ears.
And, you know, be hearing. Yeah.
That's about it. That's literally it's kind of one of the fewer.
And now with video podcasts and subtitles, you can also be not hearing or be deaf, and you know,
still be able to take part in it.
Podcast, which is wonderful.
Exactly. So like it's very, there's a lot of different it's easy to access, easy to consume, and easy to spread, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. And I don't know. I feel grateful that we have a platform now.
Me too.
Especially since literally all of our growth like has been within the past 16 weeks. Like,
yeah.
Like 2 months. Yeah. Like literally.
That's kind of fucking great. I think that's kind of funny as fuck. Is that?
Well, yeah, because I think I think before I wasn't really taking the putting the word out too seriously.
Me neither.
And we were just kind of doing it for fun, you know.
And then I think sometime this summer we decided I remember we took a hiatus for like the winter last year, because we just weren't feeling it. Like there was something going on. I think COVID was really getting us down.
Yeah, it was. I think
there was so much shit going on.
I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember shit about last year in the podcast. So,
well, I remember for like 2 months we didn't do the podcast, and I felt like bad. I felt like physically bad about not doing, even though nobody was listening. Like we maybe got like one listen every week. You know, like
so
literally last year, and then the insurrection happened, and we were like,
let's do something.
Let's get back on podcasting.
And then we made a whole new podcast, The Worst Takes,
to talk about politics, because everything's been
and like have as much of a focus as we could, because this one now has somewhat of a structure, but we never really know what we're getting ourselves into up until the day of, pretty much. It
used to be like therapy. And it still is. Like we still carve 100%. Out time for therapy.
Yeah.
But we also like, now it's become more of an advice podcast.
Which I did not expect.
Me neither. I don't think either of us ever thought that we would be qualified to give out advice.
Which I am not.
We're not.
I don't. Why do you listen to me, guys?
Don't listen to us.
I can't even say that anymore because I've seen the effect now.
Well, right.
Yeah.
And
so like
now it's the most rewarding thing.
Yeah, and it does. It's crazy. I don't know. I really just, it's fucking insane that it's gotten to this point where like I think that's why I bring up the past of like we were really juvenile dipshits starting this.
Yeah.
Like the whole name of Podcast Will Save This Relationship originally was meant to be a joke about how people think babies will save relationships.
Which I've never heard this phrase.
Never, yeah.
I've never heard this phrase.
I thought, yeah,
that you thought it was like a phrase that people said, like a baby will save this relationship.
I don't think it was a phrase, but I think people have thought that kids would save relationships. I thought I've heard that somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm some. I was a weird sexist prick 3 years ago. Whatever. Who cares? If there's any proof that I've grown as a person, that
was definitely a decision where you were so gung ho about it, and then you did everything, and then you gave it to me, and I was like, okay. Now it's our entire brand.
Yeah, I like the name of it still, so I don't give a shit.
I love that it sounds like a radio.
Yeah, when you fucking put it into the
APWSTR.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's cool. Like that's fucking cool. And it's got podcast and it's got a relationship in the title. I don't think.
And then kind of.
You know, it's good enough. I think it's fucking great.
Yeah, we did enough to make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just a little project where we both wanted to talk to each other, and it blossomed into this. And
absolutely,
I crazy.
Yeah.
That the idea that like and behind the scenes we're talking like how do we do this all the time?
Right. Well, I mean, I don't think it's ever been a problem doing this all the time. Honestly, we've always just found ways to do it.
Yeah. Like every single thing that we've done was done in a time where this wasn't even a consideration of what it would become, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was just
we sit down and talk,
and that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
You know, and like the reason why the cameras are here is because I just thought it would be a nicer thing to have, you know? And I thought, video podcasts are a thing, why not just do it, you know? So
that'd be cool. And that boosted our shit a lot.
Yeah, so like it's crazy.
It's wild.
Fucking insane.
Then now we live together and we have a fucking studio for it.
Studio setup, yeah.
It's wild. This whole journey has been crazy, honestly.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'm excited to see where this goes because like
somebody said that we reminded them of Dynamic Banter, which is a podcast I've been listening to since like my junior year of high school. Like before this podcast, before I even met you.
Before this was even a thought in anyone's head.
Yeah. And that's the craziest thing to me, that in a decade you could go from wanting so bad to be Steve Zaragoza and Mike Falzone on Dynamic Banter to having somebody say, you guys are so funny that you remind me of Steve Zaragoza and Dynamic Banter in a decade.
Yeah, insane.
And the fucking host of Love Island is
oh yeah, the Love Island Australia fucking that was to not be too starstruck. Like
I'm gonna be starstruck.
Yeah, like when you have someone like
holy shit,
you know, it's just it's bananas.
It's bananas. That's bananas.
It's crazy that us and this little us schmucks are just kind of catching the attention of these people. And like I found out that an artist follows us on YouTube and you actually knew who they were.
Yeah, I followed them.
Yeah.
I was gosh, I forgot. I think their name is Holly. Which, I mean, they're a wonderful artist and I think everybody should go follow them. But, you know, it's like I saw that and I was like, oh my God, what?
Yeah, and because I saw the subscriber count first and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. So I was like, and then I saw that she was part of the Emily Artful shit, and I was like, okay, Sarah knows 100% who this person is then.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're a fucking wonderful artist that was a victim of Creepshow art, that whole terrible, when Creepshow art was like going after people and like just sending her hate mob of people after.
Yeah, so like.
And I remember watching her video about the Creepshow art situation and being like, damn, this, you know, holy crap, I feel so bad for these people. And I'm just like, you know, that whole situation sucked too. If you're not into that, go follow Emily Artful and go follow Holly. But like, you know, that shit was terrible.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That was the wildest thing, I think, in the art community that's happened in the past year.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's it's crazy to be compared to and followed by
people that we respect,
and people that do shit like us for a living, like people that do entertainment and people that do, because like I don't know, it's just like one of the more validating things I think as someone who in hindsight was really like never appreciated too much. I feel that, or it doesn't, and I'm because I can't, because my memory fucking sucks, like so I can't really speak to it, but I remember that like I went to an art school and I was definitely like one of the, and to be fair, I was art school and I was like 7 years ago, so like I was definitely shitty at it,
feel that,
but like everyone else is shitty too. It just felt like
it feels when it's your art.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I always get the feeling every time I ever make anything, I feel like
there's like an inherent like imposter syndrome. I feel like
nobody's gonna like this. Why would anyone like this?
And then and I feel like and then I like I've seen other people that I've known that have done artistic shit to go on and do their own careers and actually do what I would have wanted to do. It's like oh shit, well,
oops, fuck.
Yeah. So then now being here in this situation, it does feel like okay. I also. I'm up there with them then as well. Like we all should have been because we were all great, like.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just, I think it's more just like new people can come in at any point and start making an audience. And I think a lot of times we think, it's too difficult, so you shouldn't even try.
No, you should 100%.
Right, you should try. And I think it's like, it's like the Bo Burnham on Conan where he was like, yeah, no. You shouldn't try to be a YouTuber. Like you shouldn't do that.
Which I mean, I
which is like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to say as an adult. You're supposed to tell children you're not supposed to do that. But you can't be a person who has done that and then tell children don't even try.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think there's there's a fine line. It's a really tight rope to walk across because I think
you have to be realistic.
Yeah, yes, be realistic, but you should not make art.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, no.
I think there's a bad case. I think we might have talked about this at some point.
Probably
on screen or off.
Been 100 episodes.
Yeah, so like I think everyone should be able to make art for themselves, and if they want to post it online.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll get a following, maybe you don't, but you should be happy at the end of the day that you made something,
Yeah.
Like for 92 episodes, I was happy that we made something. And for the last 8 episodes, I was still happy I made something, but I'm happy now that it's making people happy.
Yeah.
And
that's a reward all on its own.
That's a whole separate award, yeah.
And like, we say like, oh, I didn't think I would see a dime from this. We've seen like maybe 10 dimes from this podcast.
Not wrong.
Like, like we're not big wigs or anything.
It's
But it feels like it because this is as much as I ever wanted from this podcast.
Exactly.
Was being able to help people. That's already something that's
great. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then also, making people laugh and making people's day happier.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I ever wanted. And now we're doing that.
Exactly.
And so anything else is an added bonus.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
And I think, I guess to be as transparent as possible, I think so far, and I think this is something we should do anyway, because I think being transparent about money always is
we should also say our pronouns, she, her.
Oh yeah, he, him. Sorry. God.
There you go.
If we make money, we'll tell you guys like at the end of the year how much we made, and you can still decide. Because I don't want people to always think that like
we're never getting any money. No, we're not
gonna scam you
guys.
Once
we buy a $2.7 million house like Hassan, you're gonna know.
Yeah,
and we're gonna be like, we fucking
because
did.
We've been telling you guys for years. We've only made like
socialism isn't win no house, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly. We haven't made. We've either barely made or under triple digits in income.
I think under.
Like just underneath.
Like maybe around $75.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably
around
75 from tips, and then we have the ad read during this one, so I think it's about 100 actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right,
we only made like $100.
And listen, if you're like, oh my gosh, $100, that's after doing this for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So like
2.5 years actually.
Exactly. Yeah. So like fucking like I don't know. We'll always leave the number transparent for you guys. I feel like it's shitty to just be like,
This is not our full-time job.
This is not our full-time job, but we there is a
we do it because we really want to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just from as going on forward. I guess this should also be where do we see this going? I guess I feel like with a milestone of 100.
Oh yeah, we should talk about what we see in the future.
Well, I mean, like, we're just gonna probably keep doing this. I feel like
yeah, pretty much,
and then change it if we feel like it. But like, I mean, you know, going on in the future, especially since this is becoming more and more a thing that people like, you know, we'll be, I think, being transparent in the future as we already have as much as we can.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just trying to keep making shit and also making it more accessible and
yes, absolutely. You know, that's something that should be happening.
So I don't know, just like trying to do whatever we can to make this
grow, pretty much,
grow and be a healthy, safe place with some edge,
with just a little bit of edge.
A little bit of edge, yeah.
We're never gonna stop making fun of things.
Yeah,
that's like our entire relationship. That's everything that we do all the time.
Yeah, for as sentimental as I'm being, in about 10 minutes, we're gonna rip into
some people, but we try to make it people that deserve it. You know?
Yeah. I think that's the thing that people forget is that, you know, you can't the myth of complete tolerance, you know. I feel like there's like you have to tolerate intolerance, you know.
Yeah, well, that and also like I don't know, when I rip on people on here, I don't necessarily hate them unless they are literally racist and don't think people deserve human rights.
Yeah, exactly.
Racist, transphobic, homophobic, just a, you know, sadistic piece of shit, anything like that. Fucking, but when somebody fucks up, even with something as bad as like cheating or, you know, something where it is something like that.
Not to like hate the person, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, you can hate them depending on like your experience. That's the whole point of being a person is like you go out and you do actions and if it causes harm to other people are allowed to have opinions of you. Especially when you put it out on the internet, you spend time
in a public forum,
how you were a piece of shit, and you're asking for people to suck your dick.
Yeah,
you're gonna get people who don't like you. But what you don't deserve is a bunch of people showing up and saying like, "Hey, I saw you on APWSTR, and I think you're a piece of shit." Yeah. Because whether you like it or not, you know, whether the viewers like it or not, they are influenced by how we read the text.
Yeah, exactly. And they're influenced by our thing. Yeah, so like...
And I'm not going to influence somebody else into hating somebody else.
No, that's 100%. Not, yeah. This is our opinion thing. And please do not ever, for the life of me, go
and seek somebody out.
Also, don't mention that they're trending on TikTok. The fucking...
Yeah, don't bring receipts.
You're going to send someone into a fucking panic attack.
You're going to send lawyers to our house. That's what you're going to do.
House, yeah.
And then there's going to be no more podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll only do popular ones. Do you guys want that?
No, I'm not.
Do you want ones that you can already read?
Oh my god! If we end up having to do like, is a hot dog a sandwich 10 times a fucking episode?
We'll end it there.
The love-hate relationship.
We will only do politics, and it won't be funny.
No, it's just going to be like NPR.
It's going to be exactly like NPR.
Yeah.
Fucking angry.
Speaking of Reddit, do you want to get into some, or are we done, or what?
I don't know. Just cheers, I guess.
Yeah,
happy 100th,
cheers.
and thank you all for being here, and I appreciate all of you, and to 100 more.
Absolutely.
Boggers.
Boggers.
All right. And welcome to fucking goddamn. Is it all the way over there? God damn it. Hold on.
What?
The fucking remote so I can switch it over and do the Reddit segment. All right.
In your face.
100. Oh my god, Static Shock. Jesus.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Sure. It doesn't hurt. It just surprises me every time.
I feel you. Yeah. Sometimes actually it can be hurtful though.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
I get you.
All right, welcome to the Reddit segment.
I'm gonna take this off because it hurts my ears.
You know, you said you were going to do it until the mid-roll, and I just want to, for the record, say we haven't done the mid-roll yet, so...
Well, yeah, but you said you were going to cut that string in the mid-roll, too, but you haven't yet.
Well, we haven't gotten to the mid-roll yet.
Oh, right.
So technically, I'm still safe until... If I were to, like, no... Welcome to the Reddit segment.
Right. We're done partying.
We're done You know what? That's actually a good meme. So
let's
fuck
do
it. Let's do it. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Wait. Hold on. So a new era of podcast will save this relationship. This is like the ribbon cutting. Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Shit.
That worked really well. I thought you were gonna struggle.
Do you imagine I couldn't kind of
PhD.
B.
B. B.
B.
B.
Letters with Josh. All right, welcome to the Reddit segment.
Welcome to we're done partying.
We're
fucking done partying.
We're back to business.
We're back to business. Am I the asshole for getting my new coworker fired on his first day of the job?
Whoa.
This post has been removed by a mod.
Oh no.
For violence.
God. Oh no.
Because there was violence.
What? Oh no. Like how violent? Because dude, if it's getting removed off of fucking Reddit, can we put this on YouTube? Is this gonna get TOS?
It's probably disturbing if you saw it, but it's not like I murdered a man.
Okay,
you know?
All right, dude.
It's just a crazy guy at this job.
Crazy. That like
no, it's. I want to know what you think. Also, what job is this?
Okay, because
I don't fucking know.
All right, okay, let's go.
I work at a store where our logo is blue with a yellow flower design.
Blue with a
yellow flower design. I don't know what that is.
That can't be Walmart, right?
Maybe it might be Walmart. That would make total sense now.
I've never seen it as a fucking flower. But like,
yeah, I guess
it could be. Okay, keep reading it. So okay, allegedly in a Walmart.
Allegedly in a Walmart. I'm going to call my ex-coworker Damien. Damien is this 6'3" feet tall dude who thinks he can do whatever he wants. Today was his first day. It was also his last. He walked in like he owned the damn place. I tried to show him how to do his job because nobody else wanted to. He basically ignored everything I tried to teach him. I would call him over to a red light, means something went wrong, to show him what to do in a certain scenario. He didn't care. He also didn't have his numbers. He can't do red lights without them. I told him that there are other things he can do as well, like sweeping, putting bags on the bag racks, and cleaning the checkouts. Still didn't care. He started to piss me off when he hadn't done anything all day. I showed him where to put claims, broken stuff. When we got back, one of my coworkers handed me a not-so-frozen pizza. I asked Damien to put it in claims. When I handed it to him, that's when he really started to piss me off. As soon as he grabbed it, he slapped me with it, punched me in the shoulder,
what?
And stuck it in my vest pocket.
So... okay, wait. You're telling me...
I guess this makes me laugh because in my mind it's like a cartoon violence, but it's a frozen pizza.
So it's okay, it's probably like just a single slice of... because if it goes in the vest...
I don't know.
So, okay, worst case scenario...
it's a box.
It's a box.
It's not frozen.
And it has the little fucking cutout so you can see the pizza itself will hit you if you're getting hit from the side with the open pizza. So you get fucking hit in the head and then punched in the shoulder.
And I think him mentioning that he's 6'3" is probably like he's towering over him, you know?
Yeah, towering over this person.
I calmly took it out of my pocket and told him more firmly to put it in claims. Then one of my other coworkers, my best friend, who I will call Beth, asked him if he knew where the ice cream was. He said yes. So Beth handed him a box of ice cream pops and asked him to nicely put it away. He said, "Fuck no, you little bitch. Put it away yourself."
Whoa. Fuck no, you little bitch.
It's your first day at Walmart. You walk in and you say, "Fuck no, little bitch."
I'm not putting away these fucking popsicles, all right?
Bitch, that's where I draw the line.
That's where I draw the fucking line.
That's where me and my big cock draw the line, is at putting away popsicles.
Wow, what a little bitch, man. Like,
yeah.
fucking...
I mean, I said big cock, but that is some small dick energy.
That's some real small dick energy.
dumbass.
Big dicks are confident enough to hold ice cream. You know what I mean?
Is he like roided out or something? Like, I don't understand why somebody would be like
there's something crazy going on.
Something going on with this guy. Then he proceeded to hit Beth in the head with the box. Now, I'm the kind of guy will tear you a new asshole if you hit one of my friends. When I saw this, Beth started crying. I yelled at Damien and told him to put the box away. Not only did he act like a bully from middle school, he cursed at and insulted people a lot. Don't know why, but I was willing to give this guy one last chance before I told my boss.
Why?
I don't know. People are crazy. About half an hour later, I'm sweeping by the registers and he walks up to me and says, "Look at the little fucking slave sweeping and cleaning like a slave." It's gotta be racially motivated though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that has to be.
Point, yeah.
Why would the word slave, like, unless he's a socialist and he's calling him a wage slave.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking piece of shit asshole.
This is like hardcore. Like,
I don't want to see any fucking discourse in the comments. This guy hits people and calls people slaves.
This is
for
obviously
working
a bad
for Walmart.
person.
Yeah,
but it's really funny to think that he's like the one guy that's trying to get a union going on at Walmart.
He's also the guy that hits people in the head with popsicle
I'm
boxes.
What happens if you don't unionize?
It's like, what the fuck? I told him to shut the fuck up and go away. After he left, I went over to my boss and told her what happened. She was pissed. She had me tell her everything. What he was saying, what he was doing, if he hit anybody else, how he was acting. I told her everything. He called over another one of my bosses so I could tell him the same thing. Then she called over her boss. So I was talking to both of my bosses and their boss. They were all pissed. They went to talk to Damien and pulled him into a private room. From what I know, they ripped him a new one. They were going to give him a second chance, but he acted like an asshole to them too.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah,
what
I can't believe that.
Surprise.
They fired him on the spot. He wouldn't leave, so they called the cops. They dragged him out. I have a feeling that he is going to come in one day and try to fight me. On the way out, my boss yelled, "Have a nice life." I wasn't trying to get him fired. I just wanted him to stop being an asshole.
Why didn't you want him to
should get him fired, though.
Yes,
he's hitting people.
This is a violent man.
He should, I mean, yeah. Like,
who got hired to do a job and then didn't do it.
Yeah.
First day.
I'm kind of glad he got fired, though, said Reddit. Am I the asshole here? You're not the asshole. You got hit. You were a victim of assault.
People are like, you're the asshole. What if he needed the money?
So literally, this has not been up long enough for comments.
Wow.
It got immediately taken down because of this cartoon ass violence.
Jesus Christ. That is hilarious, actually. That's where the line's drawn.
The first day that you're at any job.
Any fucking job.
The first day at any job, and you walk in and somebody's like, "Hey, can you do this?" And you go, "Fuck no, you little bitch." And then you like hit him in the head with a box.
Yeah, maybe you should get fired. Maybe you should get fired.
That's like that's the
you
quickest way.
You need to be fired and you need to get help because there's something going on.
There's something wrong with you, man.
Like, holy, like
you shouldn't be fucking fighting people.
Exactly. Yeah, like that's just like that's crazy behavior. Like,
yeah, that's like, I don't know. I'm glad he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah, no, me too. That would be that's.
I mean, the only other thing I'm like, fucking file a restraining order against this guy, man.
Yeah, because I feel
he already assaulted you.
If he's already assaulting people, I feel like you're 5 steps away from a gun mass shooting. Like,
right, and you're worried. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, no.
Like, if you gotta get dragged out of a fucking Walmart. A Walmart.
So I didn't know what job this could have been when I read this, and I was like, why is there frozen pizza? Why is there ice cream? I'm so confused. Where are the bags?
This can't be a hospital, right?
There are bags. And I thought it was like a fucking, because he said bags on the bag racks. I thought it was like for like Delta or something, and he's like, I thought it was taking like, bags off.
I was trying to think. It took me a second to realize that it was the checkout lanes because I thought it was like maybe a warehouse job.
Right, and then he says checkout and registers and on claims, and I'm like, broken what? I'm like, I'm so confused. I don't know. It's just my privilege.
Yeah, but yeah, so like, yeah, no.
I don't fucking know what it's like to work at a Walmart. I don't know. Is this okay with Walmart people? Like, is it like prison rules, you know, when you work at Walmart?
It's once the customers are out, yeah, you can pretty much do anything you want at Walmart.
I'm glad management took it seriously.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's great.
I feel like because once it gets to assault,
that's a fucking
you're gonna get sued. That's a criminal offense.
Yeah, by somebody. Yeah,
and you're just God knows. I mean, the real reason why they fired him is because if you do it to employees, you're gonna do it to customers too,
Absolutely.
So that's what they're really probably worried about is this guy hurting customers. They probably didn't give a shit.
I mean, he's probably already cursed out customers at this point because I think the guy said in the post like
he was cursing everybody, being aggressive. Yeah, so like, yeah.
I mean, and shit, man, I don't want to work at Walmart too, but
I mean,
don't hit people.
Don't hit people. Yeah,
I don't know.
Shit.
Fuck, this is just
fight
not
the
cool.
machine, not the fucking customers.
People.
But
it's not the people's fault.
They're at Walmart because they can't go to Publix. So, like they can't go to fucking Whole Foods.
Or they can't,
They're also part of the machine.
Else.
Yeah, fucking like shit, man.
Yeah, shit. I don't know.
That's just weird, man. That's just what a fucking
what a fucking crazy day.
How do
you show up? You're gonna train the newbie, and he hits you in the face
fucking head with a pizza box.
And puts it down your shirt.
What Jason Statham movie are you watching before you go to fucking work?
It's Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook is fucking. Remember that movie?
Yeah, the fucking employee of the month, right? Yeah.
He's fucking like, hey, shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, fucking little slave. Fucking. Jesus Christ.
Okay, that story's a million times funnier thinking that it is just Dane Cook. Yo, Damien and Dane Cook start with a D.
Oh my god.
Dude, okay, new headcanon, theory. Dane Cook is so irrelevant that he has to finally find a new job back in the sector where everyone else works.
And his only experiences
and
from
movies is from the movie,
yeah. Yeah, so he has to work at like a Walmart.
Oh, exactly.
So funny.
And he's so angry and he's so coked out that
he's not gonna get employee of the month with that attitude.
So I made a pun.
I did it. Okay, yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's my one Reddit post.
That's your one Reddit post. Yeah, we only have one because we have like 3 listener stories each.
True.
But I got a Am I the Asshole post that I'm really hoping it's still up. It would be crazy if this one was taken down. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck, man. I really thought mine was. I like took a photo of it and everything.
All right, I'm risky. I'm a little
risk taker.
Take them risks. I gotta get off the podcast account and go to my personal account.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, so this is also from Am I the Asshole. We went to relationships today, and it was like nothing.
It was all sad shit.
Yeah. So like,
we went to Am I the Asshole. We're copying other podcasts that will not be named.
Yeah.
Let everybody. I want to hear the fucking discourse about how it's copying to read things off the internet on your podcast.
We're copying Wilbur Suit right now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Of Lay Epic Suit House.
Yeah, we're copying Joe Rogan.
We're copying Joe. You guys have a podcast?
Every other podcast where you sit with a mic in front of you.
Face. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I'll do the Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
is just. Copying Joe Rogan.
All right, we gotta get through. We gotta get through this Reddit post.
Okay, let's go.
This is quick, this is short, sweet, to the point. It's easy listening, but we have to figure out if they're the asshole.
Okay,
right?
we gotta figure it out.
Figure it out because there's some discourse that we're gonna get into.
Really? There's discourse?
Well, I want to unpack this one a little bit.
Okay, let's do it.
Am I the asshole for refusing to say a name for a Minecraft SMP?
Oh yeah. I forgot. I want to get into the ages of these characters. I hope we know.
All right, okay. We'll never know the ages of them.
No.
Yeah, so
all right,
you guys have to figure it out.
Mind.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing my same name for my Minecraft SMP? All of the names are fruits because why not, and for the safety of the people. This happened at least a month or 2 ago. So this is we're a month and 2 out. This is still on this guy's mind.
This Minecraft SMP, yeah.
Yeah. So there's an SMP I am on with my friends Mango, me, Durian, Kiwi, Apple, and I can't remember the others. I go to school.
I can't name any more fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go to the school with the ones I listed, and I was talking to Durian, and we were talking about the names for the SMP. There was a Spanish name, and I thought I was going to butcher it, so I refused to say it, and they called me racist. I haven't told anybody about this. I've been feeling guilty about it. So, am I the asshole?
Well,
0 upvotes.
I mean, okay, so we can't tell if this guy is racist or not because we are white.
Yeah.
We can't say whether this guy is racist.
Yeah.
Now,
hold on.
Okay.
Before we go into this, so there's a portion of Am I the Asshole apparently where you can elaborate further beyond the original post. So OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole.
Right. I remember this. So this is because most people would try to, because people are narcissists, they would write up stories where they're obviously not the asshole. And it became so grating to Reddit listeners who wanted to yell at people that they would keep reading stories about like, am I the asshole because I saved a puppy today? And then they would be like, fucking hate you, bitch, for making a post and wasting my time. Even though she just said that she saved a puppy, you fucking neckbeard, shut up.
Like, yeah.
So now the posters who want to know, who are in this turmoil of am I the asshole for whatever, stupid situation they're in, now have to also post evidence for why they're the asshole.
Yeah, they have to. They gotta.
And why they would post there instead of just like relationship.
Yeah. So okay.
Which is crazy.
It's a little dumb. But here's the explanations. There's two of them.
Okay.
One, it was a kind of easy name to say. Two, I refuse to say the name. That's it. That's all the explanation we get.
Like Cortez or something. Like I don't what. Yeah. Gonzalez? I don't know. Like what?
So okay, all right. There was one comment that the OP responded to, and I want to see if I can find it.
Okay.
I swear to God, this is the one comment that got deleted because
these people have to be in their teens for their friends to say that it's racist not to say a name.
Yeah, because it's like really dumb. Like, yeah, people are saying like, nah, y'all are silly though,
Yeah.
But someone went far out. Okay, info. Okay, I remember this one because the first two comments in this thread are still up, but not this one for some reason.
Okay.
Info. Why didn't you just Google how to pronounce the name? It was during school and I don't know.
Okay, so this is a teenager.
Yeah, this is probably a teenager. But the guy that asked that question the first time said soft asshole. And I don't know why, because everyone else is saying not the asshole, and I feel like not the asshole.
Yeah, I don't really know. Well, I mean, but once again, we're not.
Yeah, because like
Hispanic or Latino, so we don't know. I guess I can see both sides where it's like. So I've been in that situation going to school in the South of the United States, a fucking classically racist
America.
Yeah, the United States, classically racist to America.
Yeah.
No, like a classically racist country, it's embedded in everything.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I've dealt with teachers who refuse to say names correctly, like, saying like Camilla instead of Kamaya or something like that. Like, just constantly doing that over and over and never learning, or reading out like name rosters and not bothering to be like, oh, I don't know how to say this, and then being like, oh, your name's spelled like this, like, how do you say your name?
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, they'll just butcher it. And I can see how that's fucking racist.
Oh yeah, I see that's an obvious like racist thing. But on the flip coin,
not saying it is that I always thought that's more like polite.
That's what I thought, but I feel like the
that
ultimate
white person take.
No, I think the ultimate polite thing is to try. If you're worried about how to pronounce something, I feel like you ask
how to pronounce it. Yeah,
yeah. But I guess if you couldn't ask how to pronounce it, I feel like it's definitely like a.
I mean, I guess I would need to know, like, is the friend Hispanic or Latino?
I don't know.
Because if they're also not Hispanic or Latino, why can't you just be like, actually, it's racist that you're wanting to appropriate a Spanish name
or
for
like
a Minecraft SMP?
Well, I think this is their actual names. They're sharing their actual names.
I see.
On a Minecraft SMP. So originally I think they're called fruits as like their monikers or whatever.
Right.
And then finally at some point it went around that one person had a Spanish sounding name.
You sure it's not that the fruits were just like placeholders in the story?
I don't,
because that's usually how it is.
I'm curious. Okay,
this is see. Two white people confused about what is and what isn't racist for 20 minutes.
Right. This, like all podcasts.
Right.
And, okay, I go to school with the ones I listed, and I was talking to Jeremy, and we were talking about the names for the SMP.
No,
so names for the actual server.
Right. So I think his friend was like, what about this name, but it's a Spanish-sounding name?
So he...
Or Latino,
Yeah, so okay.
And he didn't want to say that because he doesn't know how to pronounce it.
Botching it, yeah. Or not worried about botching it. Oh, yeah, he thought he was going to butcher it, so I refused to say it. I feel like it's weird to refuse to say it a little bit. Because I feel like, okay, with the word refuse, I feel like that's too strong of a word.
I can imagine a 12-year-old, like as a teenager, seeing something in a different language and being like, I'm not saying that. And that feels a little bit like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, why, though? And I can see maybe why his friends would be like, sus of him.
But I also...
If they are Latino or Hispanic.
Yes. Okay, that's fair.
Because if they're white, why do you care so much?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so I really don't...
What? Like, white or any other race? Like, why do you care that much about that? That's when I'm all right, that's right. It's not like outwardly like the most racist you could be, but I think it's just two teens in the United States trying to navigate what's racist and what's not, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so
like I remember fucking being a teenager and being like, is that racist? I don't know. I have no idea that's racist. So I'm in the South and no.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I guess it's more of a I really don't know. I don't think like asshole though. I feel like
I think it's just a misunderstanding. Probably.
Yeah. If anything else, it's probably just a bit of a misunderstanding.
Yeah. That's really funny that he was so worried about this for a month and a half.
Fucking crazy.
These teens are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Teens are wild.
You know what else are wild?
What?
Mid-roll ads. Gotcha. This is a mid-roll.
Hi,
everyone.
Fucking get them.
Fucking get them. So, we were actually reached out by a listener to promote one of their books, and we wanted to give it a little bit of a shout out.
Yeah.
To promote their book. So we got reached out from Storm Young. She is a writer as well as a podcaster. She hosts a podcast called Women Who Write, if I'm not mistaken.
That's actually super dope.
Women, Who Write. So go check that out as well.
Proper grammar too.
Yeah.
And,
good. Yeah, exactly.
Love that.
Writers.
Love to see it.
And recently Storm Young let us know that she wrote a new book entitled The Pen Pal, a West Virginia Mystery. And she specifically reached out to us because we talk about, crazy stories about Reddit and crazy stories that listeners bring in.
Right.
And, we try to give advice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is a book that's written from the a first person's perspective from what I was able to read of it.
Cool.
And I have a bit of a synopsis here. If you guys want to go check it out after reading the synopsis, there will be a link in the description of the podcast as well as a pinned comment on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So, a bit about the story. The Pen Pal follows the story of Shiloh Ray, who is a military wife, new mother, and a college student.
Ooh.
Shiloh also suffers from postpartum depression and overall loneliness from living in rural Alaska, far away from any family or friends.
Feel that.
Shiloh then breaks out of her comfort zone and signs up for a pen pal.
Oh.
Weeks pass and she is matched with Penelope Young. This is where her whole life will change. Shiloh and Penelope become the best of friends and write letters every week, until one day the letters just stop.
Oh no.
Penelope had vanished. Shiloh cannot handle the thought of losing her best friend, so she flies across the country to figure out what she did wrong or what happened to Penelope. Once she gets there, she finds out from Penelope's husband that she is missing. Shiloh takes matters into her own hands, finding out the truth of what happened to her friend. Shiloh will follow the clues and figure out the truth no matter what the cost. She also meets a few unexpected friends along the way to help her. Shiloh and her friends will face many challenges and have to race against the clock to find out the truth before someone else covers it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little mystery story.
It sounds dope, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, as a woman that's like super into like true crime and stuff like that.
You think it's right up your wheelhouse?
Right up my wheelhouse. Oh my God.
But yeah, thank you to Storm Young for sending us a copy of the book, as well as sponsoring this podcast. Again, everyone, please go check out the Women Who Write podcast, as well as the book, which will be in the description and the pinned comment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And check out Storm Young.
And she also linked us her personal TikTok. It is at StormYoung_author.
Cool.
Yeah, go check it out, everybody.
Yeah.
Wake up, everybody.
Do you like fucking podcasts and shit?
More specifically, like, do you like our podcast?
Do you like this?
Yeah, do you like
this? Please tell us.
Do you guys want to support us?
Please let us know if you fucking like us.
If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like and subscribe to it and leave a comment if you think that this shit's crazy. But also, if you want to support us financially, we have a Buy Me a Coffee page as well as a Patreon page. Yeah. Both of them are APWSTR.
Indeed.
So if you guys want to have access to our podcast earlier than everyone else, as well as some exclusive content, go on over to Patreon. Go to APWSTR on Patreon. It's only $1 minimum. We have a bunch of other tiers if you want to like joke around or give us more than the $1 if you think we're...
Yeah, it's all depending on what you can afford per month.
Yeah, exactly. We want to make sure it's accessible. But if you think that we're worth more than $1, you have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
But also, if you don't want to support us monthly, you can also go to our Buy Me a Coffee page, and we have a $50 goal there.
Yep.
To try and see some sort of like sustainable or like consistent income. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But they're both available if you guys want to support financially. Tip us for our great work. The thing is, though, the Buy Me a Coffee, you do not get any extra content. So just a little warning.
If you're like, I'll wait for the podcast, I don't care. I just want to send them a little gift. Then just go to Buy Me a Coffee.
Fuel our caffeine addiction,
please.
And my LaCroix addiction, please.
We only record these podcasts at night, and coffee's the only thing keeping us awake.
Exactly. ABWSTR on Buy Me a Coffee as well as Patreon.
Yeah, baby.
And if you want to leave a like and subscribe, and if you want to review our podcast on Apple or whatever.
Music, that'd be really cool.
Do what you want, man. Free country. Unless you want fascism to win.
Yeah. Lib. So,
we have some listener stories.
I have a really long one.
Do you want to do the long one and get it out of the way?
Or do you want that one to be? This one is kind of, I don't know how to, I do know, but I also don't know how to respond to it.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is kind of strange. I'm just going to go through it.
You just go through it then. Let's go.
I'm just going to go through it.
I'll figure a way to title it, whatever. You'll see a timestamp down there.
Okay. Am I the asshole for wanting a closer relationship with my brother-in-law because he had a baby with my sister recently?
Okay.
I, 28 female, would appreciate any advice on the situation. My 30 female sister had her first baby 6 weeks ago.
Congrats. To your sister, yeah.
To your sister.
Hopefully the baby's healthy.
I'll admit our relationship isn't great because we have different options, I think opinions is what she meant. Religiously, mental health topics, etc.
Okay.
She and I have a surface level relationship because of this, and I don't mind that. I prefer it that way since my sister has always been a stern and kind of scary person to me.
Oh.
As kids, she hated hanging out with me, and I don't remember her being all that nice to me ever. Despite this, I have and will always love my sister.
Okay, fair enough.
She's my bigger sister, and so I thought, the one person in the world who protects and understands me. I will credit her for protecting and taking care of me in school when we were younger. After she started dating her now husband, 30 male, we had a big fight because we lived together at the time and both of our current BFs would stay the night every night. I get that.
Okay, yeah.
I asked my boyfriend if he would pay for the cable bill as he is practically living with us and should pitch in. This was no problem for him. When I asked my sister's boyfriend if he would be willing to pay another small bill, light or trash, my sister's boyfriend, over the phone, yelled at me and refused to pay anything.
Wow, okay, well.
A little about them now. They currently moved to the Netherlands because they wanted to have a child, and him being African American doesn't want to raise children in this racist environment.
Do not blame
you for even 1 second.
Yeah.
I totally agreed with them when they first moved, but now I'm kind of seeing a pattern. Her husband recently changed his name legally and took the junior part off due to gathered for his dad. I don't know, yeah. He also is not speaking to anyone in his family except one brother. I will say his life was not easy. His mother had mental health problems and dad left early. I can understand why he has so much anger, but it doesn't stop there. He has zero social media, and my sister deletes and remakes her Instagram constantly, sometimes hiding it from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It seems like every friend my sister ever had is no longer friends with her. My sister takes on my brother-in-law's personality and agrees and defends him often. The funny thing is, I know my sister and I know she said, I know my sister and I know she says she's happy, but I'm starting to feel like he's controlling her. My sister has always bragged on how strong she is and how therapy is for the weak. I have been in therapy for over a year now, and I'm starting to think she may be the weak one for letting a man control her this way.
Like, so she's...
So, I'll read that again.
Yeah, please, one more time. Hold on.
My sister has always bragged about how strong she is and how therapy is for the weak.
Oh, okay.
I've been in therapy for over a year now, and I am starting to think she may be the weak one for letting a man control her this way.
Okay.
So...
Because you go to therapy, but she... Okay, all right, I kind of... Okay.
So she goes to therapy. Her sister doesn't go to therapy. But her sister's in the shitty relationship, and her sister is like, I don't need to go to therapy. I'm strong. And therapy is only for weak people. And the person writing this is, I've been in therapy, but I think that she's the weaker one because she's letting a man control her.
Okay. We'll touch on that in a moment.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm like,
that's where I
don't know. Yeah, okay. I'm not totally sure about that, but we'll go through it.
Well, yeah, well, okay.
This has really taken a toll on my mental and physical health.
Okay.
Anyways, since she gave birth to my niece, she has changed a little. She has softened up a bit, and I can tell she is missing family because even though she went no contact with my mom for her entire pregnancy, she is starting to talk to her again, which I thought would take a miracle. My niece being that, in my opinion, a miracle. My sister went no contact with my mom because my mother has some narcissistic tendencies and has been in therapy for 6 months now and is doing better.
Okay. Wait, the mother is in therapy, or?
Yeah, the mother's in therapy.
Oh, okay.
That is a little strange. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah.
However, when my sister and brother-in-law got married in 2014, 9 years ago, my family, in my brother-in-law's opinion, did not try hard enough to get to know him or get close to him. I don't know. It's been 9 years, and I can tell you his short size, favorite TV shows, birthday, favorite football team, favorite football player, favorite candy bar, his opinion on world matters, etc. So I ended up reaching out to him through text and telling him I am so happy for his new baby, and I would love to make a stronger friendship between us. His response was a 4-paragraph essay, basically saying, too little, too late.
What?
This guy's kind of crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, honestly. And that he won't put his feelings on the line for me to get my gratification or happiness from his baby. He said he knows I'm only doing it now because I want to be close to the baby. I can admit that the baby definitely encourages me to want a relationship with him.
Which I get, yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
But...
And a better one with my sister, but I don't think that's enough reason to not try.
Yeah, so like...
He is letting his child leave... he is not letting his child have grandparents and her aunt because he doesn't want us to be happy. I replied by telling my brother-in-law that it's silly to push away the only family you have, that he is hurting me and his wife. He never replies. I can't explain how hurt I am by this. I try to respect my sister, but I told her we can keep things professional as we work together from now on. She is on maternity leave, but will be back in December, and sometimes I ask her work questions. She was fine with that, but slowly started texting me baby pictures again. I'm conflicted because the videos and pictures she sends hurt to watch because I know that I probably will not see this baby or hold her in person ever.
Jesus.
But I want my sister to have some support because I think she's in a verbally abusive and controlling relationship. I've never seen them kiss or be affectionate. My sister always tells me that he's the best and praises him constantly. They met at church and now both don't believe in God. Am I the asshole for hating my brother-in-law and wanting to tell him off? He's angry at everyone and acts like he's better than everyone. He talks about his hard growing up, but in the 9 years he's been with my sister, I heard he had a job once. That's crazy,
That's
man.
A little crazy.
That's a little like, wow. My sister has been putting him through school while paying all bills and just had a baby. And he still goes to the gym and gets haircuts when she can't even shower because the baby's crying a lot.
Jesus.
Yeah. Bared the lead there.
Yeah.
What do I do? Any advice would be great, although I feel like there is nothing left to do. I do my best to respect both of their wishes, but I know my sister is eager to share any pictures and more. I don't know, am I wrong? I admit I could have tried harder, but also the phone works both ways, and I can guarantee my brother-in-law cannot answer a single fact about me. Also, I was 20 when I met my brother-in-law, and I was in a very abusive relationship myself, and can't say I made great choices. Am I the asshole for thinking it's not all on me to have reached out? Also, he never made anything clear at the time. I am only hearing now how it's too late. Sorry this is so long. I hope it makes sense, and I explained that clearly. Gosh. So yeah, so this is the whole thing. And also, there's an edit.
Oh, shit.
So she said, sorry to bug you. Don't worry about it.
No, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll do any post of any length.
Yeah.
Unless it's like too long, but.
True. I would just like to add that my mom and I, and even everyone in our family, love kids. My mom's been a nanny her whole life, and I work with kids every Sunday at church as well as other volunteer opportunities. It's feeling a lot like they are holding the baby over us and basically saying this is our punishment. We're not bad people. My family does mission trips and is very kind and generous. I've been silently letting my brother-in-law talk crap about us and infect my sister's mind so much, she started calling me a stranger and passively making comments about my religion or mental health care.
Jesus.
Anyways, thanks again for reading my story. Just wanted to give you a little more context for the situation. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks again. So a lot of things.
There's a lot to unpack there. Yes.
It's a good amount of things. I think there's
so there's a lot of things that were worded in there that are weird to me.
So you said that your mom, I want to start with the mom, how the mom has narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah, so the mom has narcissistic tendencies.
And is in therapy, and it's good that she's in therapy.
Yeah.
But when a parent has narcissistic tendencies and they have children, there are certain things that can happen. So, like, there's what's called the golden child and black sheep dynamic, where a narcissistic parent will, to keep both in control, will be overly nice and overly inflate one, and then overly critical and terrible to the other one, and try and triangulate their own children against each other, so that instead of them noticing the abuse that they're going through, they're constantly in these fights with their siblings. And I think there's a lot of history between the poster and their sister. And there's a lot of history probably between the sister and her mom.
Yeah.
And you've both mentioned how you've both been in abusive relationships. And it's usually like, if you have been through emotional abuse, especially through childhood, which is almost inevitable when you have a parent who is narcissistic in any sort of way. When that happens, then you're also going to, sadly, it becomes what's comforting, because it's, you see people and then people come to you and they might have these abusive tendencies, and you might recognize that, even though you might not recognize it as abusive, because that's what you went through in your childhood. And none of us really grow up thinking, I was abused when I was a child. They think, I just had a rough childhood. That's it,
Yeah.
And then you go through these relationships and you think it's okay until like later. And then you're like, oh crap, that wasn't okay. But then you also have to go through the exceedingly traumatic experience of looking at the rest of your life and what happened and thinking that wasn't okay either. And that might be what your sister is going through with your mom, and why she went no contact during her pregnancy. Now, it's tricky because abusive people can also go no contact.
Yeah.
And sometimes they will hold that over other people. And a victim of narcissistic abuse can think that people are holding things over them, because if you've had that done to you before, you're going to think that's going to happen again. So it's possible that you might be thinking that this is what your sister is doing, when she is in an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
if he doesn't have a job and he's going out and getting haircuts and she can't take a shower, that's abuse.
Yeah, and like I mean, obviously, like the fact that like he's writing out this 4-paragraph long essay, and that's
telling you to obviously he's a very
not responding. He's very closed off
individual, and he's going through this whole whatever it is that he's going through. He's going through that, and he is hurting your sister by not letting her shower and everything. If that is something that you have proof of, because then also it's difficult to know because they're in the fucking Netherlands.
Yeah. So,
unless if you know, I don't know that you know because I only know through, a story.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to trust that you do know that this is how their relationship is, because it can always seem like you saw them on one bad day. And then, you think, you might have the sort of brain that kind of extrapolates that. But I'm going to trust that you do know, because it seems to be like...
There's evidence
there's
that
pretty
backs up
good evidence that's abusive. And she is wanting to reach out. So I would say don't even contact the brother. Brother's already shown his true colors.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
You don't need to worry about him. But I would give your sister a little bit more credit, because she might be going through what you're going through, with thinking that, people in your family are out to get you.
Yeah. And like, and that's, and I think the thing that popped out to me was that she won't go to therapy. And I think she's been manipulated into thinking that therapy is
bad.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, honestly, also as somebody who has gone to therapy, they're not all good. And she might have had a bad experience with therapy.
Yeah, there's something that's causing the idea of therapy to be. But in general, yes, therapy is a good thing.
And if she says that, and the other thing about the other layer of this is you are entitled to your feelings. Like, don't ask, am I the asshole for being mad at my brother-in-law? No,
you're not the asshole for being mad at the brother-in-law.
You're allowed to be mad at the brother-in-law, just like your sister is allowed to be mad at your mom for whatever reason, and is allowed to not talk to your mom until she decides to start contact again. But it sounds like to you, family is a very important thing.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. Like it.
Because I mean,
that's
family,
a great trait.
In general, yeah, family is in most cases a very
right.
I mean, yeah, because that's it's support that you if you have it, a very good thing to have.
Yeah,
and
that can cause the good support like that can cause children and people who have grown up in situations like that to hold on to family really tightly. But then also it can cause when when one person in your family might act up, even though they're nice to you, but they're mean to somebody else.
Yeah.
It might cause you to think, what's wrong with that person, that they don't value family? It's not. It's just that they have a different experience and they're reacting to their experience in a way that is normal for them, for somebody who has gone through whatever they've experienced. And this is true for people who are victims of sexual abuse, who, keep it secret because it's somebody that they know and it's a family friend, and they don't want to out somebody because then they're worried that their family's going to turn their back on them. It may be what your sister is going through. I don't know, because I don't know your mom, and I don't know, but I assume I'm assuming, so tell me to go kiss rocks if this is not how you're fucking out. This is not, go kiss a bullet or something if this is not how your mom is.
Okay, whoa.
Fucking, but, if your mom has been shitty to your sister, which I assume so because
of the actions that...
If she's in therapy for narcissistic tendencies, she had to do something.
Something had
to happen. That she had to be diagnosed with narcissistic tendencies. It's very difficult to get that diagnosis. Because a lot of times narcissists are really easy or are really difficult to pinpoint.
Yeah.
Like there are narcissists that have been in therapy, that have hopped around therapists usually for years and never gotten a diagnosis, which is crazy town. And, but I mean, then there are also narcissists that don't abuse people. But it's everything's different. This seems like a very complicated situation. The only thing that I would say that is advice is stop talking to your brother-in-law. Don't worry about it, because obviously,
don't let your brother-in-law be the point of contact. That's going to be the
right.
That would be the worst thing to happen.
But be the point of contact for your sister.
Yes.
Just because if she is in an abusive relationship like this, which I assume I'm going to say she is, and she has a baby and she's in a different country and she is in trouble, she's going to need
some
to
sort
reach
of
out with somebody.
So,
but I don't know if I would even like confront her and be like, I am now your point of contact. I would just like be nice to her.
Yeah, try it as much as you can, because I feel there's something. Yeah,
even if she's saying crazy shit, unless she is like, you're weak for going to therapy, that's when you put up a boundary and say, hey, please don't say that to me.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think I'm weak for, but also don't tell her that you think she's weak for letting a man control her. That's some fighting words there. Yeah. That's something you always say if you want to physically fight somebody.
Yeah, if you want to fucking...
But I get the emotion behind it.
Yeah, I get it too.
Because, it's hard to feel like when somebody leaves that they're not abandoning you.
Yeah.
Especially if that's an issue you might have, which is often common with narcissist parents. Because it's a constant cycle of, I really, really love you. I really, really love you. I don't want to talk to you even a little bit. I don't even want to talk to you. And that breeds anxious attachment style, and then also avoidant attachment styles. Because then your parent is always there and is always helicopter parenting, or they're just not there at all. And then you think something is your fault or something, and it sucks. Yeah. It's the worst. And it's the worst for a developing child.
Yeah.
So I do genuinely think, and if your mom only has narcissistic tendencies, I'm wondering if it's like your grandmother or your granddad or somebody had like a full-blown narcissism and then passed down tendencies, because that can happen in dysfunctional family groups. To learn more about this, everything I've learned about this is from Psychology in Seattle. It is a YouTube channel he watches 90 Day Fiance. And then he just goes through and reacts to it.
I want to give a quick legal disclaimer that we are not therapists.
We're not therapists.
And every advice we give should be taken with a grain of salt.
But I do think that this is something that is coming from that. I'm not positive.
Just big fat letters that should be popping up in your head of, we don't know for sure.
We don't know.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything. But go watch him, because he's an actual psychiatrist, and he's really cool. And he's like super dope.
And he'll get more specific into details that maybe. Yeah.
But I do think, look into it. And then...
I don't think not the asshole, but definitely
not the asshole.
Just keep in mind that there's probably more going on
than what you think, and don't let it cloud your judgment of your sister. But you're also allowed to be angry at her.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
You're absolutely allowed to be angry.
I get it. Yeah, fucking shit.
Yeah.
I think you said pretty much everything I would have said.
Well, it's because I've been in like.
You're
when you're in dysfunctional family situations, and I haven't been for a long time, for like 2 years, but and even longer than that, I wasn't in the full blown everybody has a problem with everybody else, and you don't really
I get it.
And I had a parental figure that was telling me everybody's problem with everybody else, so I knew everything, and it was very overwhelming for like a teen. But like, I just remember that feeling of like, why the fuck are they blah, blah, blah. And you only really know until you're out of there. Like if you went no contact with everybody, and you went out and you lived your life and you met people who knew how to make healthy relationships with each other, and you would be like, oh my God, everybody in my family is so fucked up. But then you would also know it's probably not even their fault. Like, they probably just grew up that way. And they don't even fucking know that that's how, that their reactions to other people's feelings or other people's behaviors is just so skewed. They probably don't even know. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, shit.
So that's a very complicated situation. So that's why I can't fucking stop talking about it.
I get it.
But yeah, so that's that one.
That's that one. And speaking of complicated situation.
Thank you for sending it in, too.
Thank you for sending it in. Yes, thank you for sending it in.
Because, I mean, I empathize with you, and I really hope that your sister ends up
in a better,
being okay.
Yeah.
I'm worried for your sister's safety.
Yeah, no, 100%. She's in a different country. Yeah.
Well, and I hear about women in relationships with men like that, and I'm like, I want to call the cops. Like, I don't know. I want to get a gun and go over there.
It's definitely like...
I just want to make sure she lives.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
She's currently in a hostel in fucking Norway.
Yeah,
and being dissected for parts as we speak.
Yeah, right. Verbally abusive, and it's like,
So,
we just saw the Jon Stewart about domestic violence.
Oh, and how that's like the main factor, or one of that's like the number one indicator of like gun violence. And
and that it doesn't start with physical violence most of the time.
It starts with emotional abuse. Yeah. So,
and emotional violence, and it's like, now I'm worried any single time like
you hear someone talking about emotional abuse. And
well, no, like in those situations where you have a friend who has a boyfriend and everybody knows that he's shitty. Like, everybody knows that he's shitty.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate that guy. That guy sucks. That guy said the N-word at the party, and I don't like him, and I don't want to talk to him. And then she's like, but guys, I love him. And they've been together for fucking years. And you can just tell that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And everybody knows, but she doesn't want to get out of that relationship. Like, she doesn't want to. But and then like she starts becoming distant, and then you're like, you're gonna die. Like, you're gonna physically die. I don't want you to die because you're my friend and I love you, but I don't know how to make you realize that this guy's gonna kill you without being crazy.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like, fuck.
Shit.
I don't know. I don't know what to do other than just be like, I'm always here. If you ever want to just
if you ever want to,
show up and talk about anything.
Have money for a plane ticket.
Especially Rick.
Yeah.
Like definitely Rick.
Yeah. Shit. I get that.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep fucking talking about it.
No, you're good. I have to go pee. That was my trick.
That's why you keep laughing? Is because you have to go pee?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no.
I was just going to piss his pants.
I'm going to piss my pants. I'll be right back. Okay, this one's also a long one, so we might as well do the long ones out of the way.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah. I have an hour 17 left of recording because I forgot to delete the worst takes.
I mean, I think the next one I have is medium.
Yeah, I have a really short one. So
yeah.
All right, let's do the long one.
Woo!
All right, so this is for Am I the Asshole? This is from Anonymous, and I let me see. Female, so she, her.
Mm.
All right, to set you up, know that I am almost a young adult. I prefer to not give out my age. Female. My dad's 24 years old, and my mother is a 52-year-old female. To set you up some backstory.
Your dad is 24?
52. 52 male, or 44 male, and a mother 52 female.
Okay, you said 24.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, dad.
I'm fucking sorry.
He's a time traveler. Okay, let's get past this segment, guys.
Okay, all right.
I'll say it all again, so we're not confused.
Okay.
To set you up, know that I am almost a young adult. Prefer not to give out my age. Female. My dad is a 44-year-old male, and my mother is a 52-year-old female. All right. TLDR.
Okay.
My father lost his limbs and digits and has overworked himself all his life. I've been alive for most of his major surgeries. Both of them have had a rather rough childhood, and neither have had therapy for it. My mother has always had narcissistic behavior, aka rapidly changing emotions. Thinks she's better than everyone else. She thinks she's right in the right. Refuses to accept she's wrong or change herself, etc.
Fucking hate that shit.
My father recently had a massive surgery that has put him permanently out of work. I've also been super close to my family my entire life, and my mother never liked that. Let's see. Now to give you some, there's more on. That's kind of like the short version of the backstory. They give a little bit more detail.
Okay.
They were married. Yeah, he's hurt himself multiple times, basically with multiple injuries before meeting the mother.
Okay.
And he's lost at least part of his leg, some of his digits on his finger, and several surgeries in the same arm. Titanium bolts in both his knees, and overall has been a hardworking man.
Oh my god!
And he lost all of his toes on his right leg.
Your dad is a beast.
And basically, yeah. All right. That's for the father stuff.
Your dad is killing it, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't even broken a bone. Fuck.
Yeah. And I was young when he lost his leg, and there was there for the rest of the stuff he's gone through, and has always been super close to my father, but never as close as my mother, and she has never enjoyed that.
I get that. Okay.
All right.
I see why.
Now, this is the main story.
Yeah.
Now, to give you some backstory of my mother and how she has always treated me, she has always been very snappy at me, very on edge. Her emotions were always very weird, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
You could you could make one joke one day to her, she'd laugh, make the same joke the next day, and she'd start pouting because she didn't like it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
After my father lost his toes, my mother was the only one working. She worked at the bank at the front desk. To put it short, we had a massive storm and took out power out and fried our dishwasher. So dishes were much harder to keep up with since when my mother came home from her job, she was exhausted and all she wanted to do was sit down and watch movies, which is understandable. We all get tired once in a while.
Yeah.
My mother often came home grumpy, angry, and tired and decided that I was the best candidate to take that anger out on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, she has stormed into my rooms on multiple occasions and yelled at me for no reason, and then not even a moment later came back acting like she was about to cry and say she didn't mean to make me feel bad, but yet continue the same behavior the next day and the next.
Yep.
And I personally no longer keep track of time as I deal with severe brain fog, anxiety, and other mental issues which makes it difficult to even wake up in the mornings. Probably, doesn't help my mother decided to make me cut off all my other friends because she didn't like them.
Yep.
My mother comes home one day and sees the counter.
Are you me? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm vibing so hard with your childhood. Yeah. I mean, not vibing like, yay, this is a good thing. But
Sarah
like,
has just gone on record and saying that this is a vibe and this passes the vibe check.
This does not pass the vibe check. But yeah, holy shit, I totally understand your upbringing. Jesus Christ.
My mother comes home one day and sees the counter that is covered with dirty dishes. I thought I was helping enough with going along with our usual routine. Yeah. She washed them, I put them away, and I washed the breakfast dishes and lunch dishes. I see and understand now she wanted more help, but I currently was more busy with focusing on my rapidly declining mental state.
Right.
And apparently she wanted me to wash my more dishes, which I'm fine with, but she never told me this, so I never really put the two and two together.
Yeah, there's no communication. How could you know?
She comes to my room on the brink of tears and closes the door. She rants about how hard she's had it, how hard work has been, and she really needs my help and leaves. I tell myself I'll start working on the dishes tomorrow since I didn't sleep well last night. The next day comes and I completely forgot about the dishes besides putting away and washing my small portion, and she says nothing about it. Next day comes around, I wash a little more than my normal portion and called it a day. Keep in mind, every day since my dad has had his surgery, I've come out nearly hourly to refill his water, give him what he needs, food, snacks, turn the heat up, etc., which I'm more than happy to do. The third day comes around, and admittedly, I haven't done the most to help besides putting dishes away and haven't even realized how many days have passed at this point. And I admit I fucked up, yes, and I wish I realized it in the moment, but I didn't. She pulls me aside and calls me lazy and says all I do is eat, draw, school, and sit around and never do anything helpful. Weird that school is a bad thing in the thing to do.
Well, it's not. That's actually not weird. So that's.
Well, I mean,
it's for a narcissistic parent.
Narcissist, yes.
Well, I mean, I know that you know, but like people might not know. Narcissistic parents are going to view all of your actions as lesser than what they are doing.
Yeah.
So if they are going to like look at you and look at a child, they view like going to school as their job, you know? So it's like inevitable that you go and do school. So then school becomes not that important of a thing than what a normally functional, like emotionally functional developing parent might think. So then, you know, and it sucks. This usually manifests in like parents being like, oh, you have to move out when you're 18, blah, blah, blah. Or you have to start paying rent because then they think because their child isn't in school, they're not doing anything.
Okay,
they might as well go get a job and blah, 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 because then it's boiling down a human being into usefulness.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
You know, sorry. Yeah. No, that's for the people at home.
Yeah. And sure, I admit I don't do a whole lot, but god damn it, you're not the only one struggling. Fourth day comes around, my dad heard my mom yell at me, and I assume felt bad. He also didn't want her to rant him about me, so he washed a load of dishes and I put them away.
Oh no. Yeah.
I got a pissed off call from my mother, cussing me out, keep in mind she's Christian and never cusses anymore, and calling me lazy, and she does the same thing when she comes home and tells me to suck it up, stop crying, and basically just tells me to be useful. She fully acknowledges she's hurting me as well, and she comes back an hour later saying, I'm sorry I didn't mean to make you feel bad, and leaves but continues this behavior. I do the dishes after that for every day, but the second I stop, the dishes piled up again within a single day, and I got in trouble again. At this point, it seems like a loss because even when I help, when I do something, somehow I do it wrong. I admit I could have done it better, and I wish I did, but it's driving me crazy because I'm torn between believing that, yes, I'm the asshole and I should have been less lazy, and no, I wasn't the asshole. I couldn't have done better. I could have done better by the way she treated me, but the way she treated me wasn't fair.
Right.
So I ask you, am I the asshole?
No.
Not the asshole.
You're not the asshole. I mean, and people are going to tell you, too. That's the shitty part, is because society is so, like...
work-centric and fucking...
work-centric, capitalist-centric, and usefulness-centric, that when a child fucks up a chore, and, like, it's fine to say that you fucked up, and it's fine to fuck up. Yeah. That's the crazy, most frustrating thing as an adult... looking back on your childhood from when your parent yells at you for fucking up a chore, it's okay to fuck up. It's fine. And it's something that will happen. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna get a job and fuck up, and you're gonna fuck up really bad. And you're gonna fuck up, and you have to be okay with it because emotionally, because then if you aren't, then you're gonna continue to fuck up. And then it becomes like your mental health will decline so hard that you're not going to be able to maturely say, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up. I'm going to do better next time.
Yeah.
And then do better. But
in this scenario, in this case, because like
people that do have narcissistic tendencies, they just don't understand that level of maturity. And I wonder even if she is fully narcissistic or if she has BPD, because those are both cluster, I forget, cluster B or cluster C.
I think B.
Cluster B personalities.
I'm going to look it up just to make sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But yeah, keep going.
But yeah, but they're very similar in that they can look like each other. And if she does have BPD, then she just doesn't have the emotional regulation to tell you, like, hey, it's okay that you fucked up, but I really need you to do better next time because of the situation that we're in with your father and me working, and I'm really overwhelmed. But if she's narcissistic, she just doesn't have the humility to say, oh, I am really overwhelmed. I need a lot of help, and I need help from you. It turns into, I am your mother. You need to do what I say, and you're not doing what I say, and therefore you are a fundamentally bad person. Jesus. Which is not something that you really ever should tell your child.
No, yeah, of course not. Yeah, it is also cluster B, by the way.
But, oh, okay, good. Cluster B. It's not something that you should ever tell your child.
Yeah, and that's just complete abuse, like.
Well, it's emotional abuse if it continues on like a large scale, and it's just like because everybody fucks up.
Oh yeah, of course.
Fucking parents get frustrated.
But I mean, it seems like this is like a constant thing. So like,
if you're convinced that your parent has narcissistic tendencies and she has these like unregulated emotions, which I completely empathize with, it's just it is a situation where you do need to, it would be nice if you did help out, but the other problem is it's probably your mom is probably a factor in you having this brain fog and mental health thing.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously reading that in the way that she treats you, it's very obvious that part of your mental issues are coming from that because of the pressure that she's putting on you.
Yeah.
In general. So it's a cycle where it's an awful cycle that it seems like you're in, where a mother gets on your ass for very arguably seemingly little things, but overreacts in a way that. But
then also, like, as an adult, dishes are not something that are really a small issue, because they are something that can pile up and make her mental health also decline. But you are not responsible for, like, well, okay, how old is she?
Oh, no, we don't know the age.
We don't know the age?
Yeah.
If she's going to school and she's living with her parents, if you are a child, if you're a teenager, and your parent is asking you to do, you are not responsible for your parents' mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
You are responsible if you, like, hurt somebody. Like, say you go out and you say something mean, like you say something mean to your mother. You fucked up. You're responsible for that.
Yes. Yeah.
That can hurt your mother. However, not doing what your mother asks you to do is not the equivalent to like breaking your mom's heart.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's a really difficult distinction to make, because then like you just think you're a bad kid.
But you're not a bad kid.
You're just somebody, you know, like, and then also in these situations, you feel like, I know I felt like I can't tell my mom the mental issues I'm going through because she's not going to respond in a way. Like, she's not going to respect it. She's not going to respect it, and she's not going to like respond in a way that is not volatile.
Yeah.
Exactly, or she might, but there's like a 30% chance that she will. And I can't take that chance.
Because it's terrifying.
It is terrifying, and I feel you, man. I mean, depending on your age, if you're of age and you can, you know, but then the problem is that the dad that is also.
Yeah, you have to take care of your or
somebody has to take care of the dad.
And it's not technically.
It's a shitty situation.
It's a shitty situation because like that's the thing that makes it difficult. If you do enjoy taking care of your dad, and because it seems like you do a pretty damn good job taking care of him, you know. And
it also shouldn't be a child's responsibility.
It shouldn't be a child's responsibility. That's the thing. It should be on your mom because.
But then, I mean, I can understand if a mom needs help taking care of a whole other person too, you know?
Yeah. So that's the complicated thing that I do not have an answer on that front.
Yeah.
But do not feel like you're an asshole because you're not lazy. You're not like, you know, it's very, you know, like.
Yeah, you're not lazy. Honestly, you're struggling because of your mental health. People are going to call you lazy.
But that's
you can tell them to go fuck themselves. No, you're just a person that is dealing with mental health issues.
Yeah.
And I assume you're under 18 or you're in high school or something. And if you are, then like, yeah. And if your mom is fully narcissistic in this way, which it sounds like she has, you know, some sort of tendencies like this, then.
Yeah. So
it's like. It's a really shitty situation. If your mom is fully a narcissist, then there's a very specific way you need to deal with your mother. And it's that every time that she talks to you in this overcharged emotional way, the way to try to get a narcissist to not they're looking for a reaction from you every single time that they speak to you, especially if it's emotionally charged, like she comes into your room and is crying.
Yeah.
Everything that you do, from your facial responsiveness to your posture to everything, can be nitpicked by a narcissist into providing evidence for their assumption that you don't care, you're lazy, blah, blah, blah. Like, say you're laying down on your bed or something and your mom barges in and is crying. It's like, look at you, you're laying down, you're lazy. That's what a narcissist does to you. And it's on its fucking face, it's emotional abuse, because they're just slinging like just insults at you, and you're a child and they're the parent. That should not be happening.
No, of course not. Yeah.
But what you have to do is be really quiet, go neutral in your face, and say to a narcissist, it's fucking crazy because it feels like you're talking to an alien, but like you have to go neutral and you have to just like start saying like in a really calm voice, like, okay. And then the narcissist will be like, blah, 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 but you didn't do this. And it's like, okay. And you have to get quieter and quieter. And it's called gray rocking. And because they don't have anything to work with, they're going to end the interaction.
Okay.
It's like having a face hugger on your face, and you have to cut off the blood to the face hugger.
Okay. All right.
And you're just like, there's nothing for you to have. They'll pop off.
Yeah. Okay.
Eventually. And it sucks, especially when it's like your mom.
Yeah.
Because then you have to cut off your emotional connection to your mother. Because fucked up part is your mother's using your emotional connection to manipulate you into feeling bad so you will do her bidding.
Jesus. God damn, man.
That's what it is. That's legit. That's what it is. And nobody else can tell you that it's not.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And it really fucking sucks. And I'm really sorry that's.
No, yeah, of course.
That's your situation.
I'm sorry too, yeah, but not the asshole.
Not the asshole. And the brain fog will go away once you're out.
Exactly.
But it all depends on your age and if you're able to get out and if you're able to provide care for your father too.
In some way, yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help, but yeah. Look that up.
Yeah, look up
gray rocking. Yeah. And look up narcissistic parents. There's a lot of good resources on Reddit for that, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was also a long one, but it's like, Jesus Christ, where are these two people with their narcissistic?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's all good.
Yeah.
This is your turn now, though.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And we have a 58-minute time limit now.
I mean, yeah.
We're at 2 hours. 3-hour podcast. 3-hour podcast.
This one's not that long.
Yeah, I don't think mine are too long anymore. I think
we're going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll probably be good.
Okay. Hi there. I'm 20 years old, Muslim female, and I have feelings for a 27-year-old white man. I first saw him in one of my classes 2 years ago, and I started having feelings for him. Our relationship started developing last year when I found out we both were in the same major.
Oh, that's cool.
We started working together a lot and having small conversations regularly. I always try to keep in touch with him. I'm not sure if he realizes that I have feelings for him or not. In fact, I'm not sure if he has a girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm afraid that he notices that I like him if I ask. Me and my family are conservative, and I grew up thinking and believing that being in a relationship outside of marriage is a sin. I don't know what to do, and I have no one to ask or talk to because I'm afraid of being judged. I'm also going back to my state, California, which is on the other side of where we are now, New York, and I'm not sure if our relationship will even work. However, I've had feelings for him for a long time, and I think it's more than a crush. I'm not sure how to deal with it. Please help.
First of all, find out if he's single.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Rule number one. You gotta find out if it's taken or on the market. Two.
Shit, man, I don't fucking know, man.
So okay, yeah. So the factor in play here is the moving away from me that makes me hesitate to try and
to even start anything. Maybe?
Yeah, because like, okay, first of all, if you have feelings, yeah. I think you should be able to, as long as it's like in a healthy way and as long as it's like, you know, you're not harming anyone, you should be able to go out and have those feelings. And it is always going to be scary.
Yeah.
When
every single time.
Every time it's going to be scary when you try to ask someone out. If you try to, try to start a relationship, because it can go in a million different ways. And like 99% of them are neutral or shitty. And, you know, so like, you know, like it sucks. Dating sucks, guys. We can all say it here.
It does suck.
But sometimes you gotta take some cock, you know? Sometimes you gotta pound some puss. Sometimes you gotta... Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That's why we do. That's why we fucking go through this 99% of shit
is to get the one.
Pray to God that you get the one. Yeah. So like, I mean, you know, and like that's a really crass way of saying it. But also,
yeah. Do you think that's the best way you're gonna reach a very conservative Muslim?
Okay, listen.
Muslim woman.
Okay. I'll rephrase it. There you go. It is scary to do it. And like, I mean, I get the another thing too is that if you grow up in a conservative family and you also have, if you happen to have conservative-ish views, you know, that's another.
There's a level of sneaking around that's gonna happen.
You would have to do in order to do it. But then there's the factor of if you do decide to have a relationship outside of marriage, your
conservative family, eventually it's going to be an issue.
It's going to be an issue, and that's going to be an issue if you're long distance, and then because then also like, especially if you have parents that happen to monitor every single thing that you do, which is shitty in my opinion. But I mean, I get it.
We don't know if your parents do that. But
but like
they do.
We get it if that's like because some parents are helicopter parents, you know.
Absolutely.
So like, you know, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, it's a free fucking world out there, you know. And I think if you want to love someone, or you think you might love someone,
it's worth taking the risk.
It's worth taking a risk in that sense, because you're going to live not the rest of your life, but some of your life thinking, well, what would have happened if I had tried, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's I hate the fucking Office thing of like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I do. That's a dumb quote. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. Yeah, whatever. Fucking whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
But like, most people regret things that they don't do as opposed to what they do.
That is true. Yeah.
At least for a while.
At least ask him if he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, ask him if he has a girlfriend.
And doing like a smooth way.
Hey, you got any partners?
Hey, you fucking anybody?
Hey, you fucking, hey, yo.
Hey, is you
Listen,
fucking?
if you're in New York, he works at a pizzeria, right? Like, he's Italian.
Absolutely. Getting that gabagool.
All right, listen.
Like, hey, you gabagool over anybody?
Take him out for a slice.
Hey, gabagool.
Nah, they live in fucking Albany. All right. They're conservative.
But no, just be like, oh, are you going with your girlfriend?
Are you going with someone? Not even girlfriend, just someone. Because don't
you have to do girlfriend, because if it's someone, it could be like his buddy.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, what you doing this weekend? I'm going to the park.
I'm going to Central Park.
I'm going to Central Park here in New York.
I'm gonna take a taxi and go into a fucking.
I'm gonna walk down Times Square into
I'm
Central
assuming
Park.
I'm assuming the man that you're going after is a cartoon character.
Yeah. He's the fucking Monopoly guy.
He's the Monopoly guy, yeah. He is the New York Monopoly guy. He has the slick back black Italian hair. He wears a fucking wife beater. And
I'm walking down the boardwalk.
I'm walking here. You're trying to fuck Dustin Hoffman in fucking the cowboy movie or whatever it's called.
He's like, I'm gonna go fucking, and then you say, are you bringing your girlfriend?
And then
then he goes, I don't have a girlfriend. We're like, yeah, I am. And then you stop being attracted to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sucks because I'm the type of person that, like, once I know a person is taken, done. Any attraction I had for them is fucking dead, like it was shot through the fucking head. I'm like, it's fucking crazy. I'm just like,
said it's a womp womp.
Yeah. It's a fucking record scratch, and then I just immediately start moving and shaking somewhere else.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why. That's just my brain. But some people do have these like terrible
rough,
crushes, and
so
they're taken, and then it's like, oh, it sucks.
But if I hopefully it hasn't been too. I assume college is still in session because it's November or something.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're not too late on this one.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Like hopefully, like you don't have to run away from the train station because also in this scenario you're riding a train you're taking a train from New York to Seattle to California.
Yeah, you're getting on the train that
you're taking an interstate train.
New
York,
because
Central in my romantic comedy fucking script that I'm now writing and during this podcast.
Yeah.
We've all seen the plane thing. We don't give a shit anymore. All right,
Jesus.
Fucking plane splain. All right, let's talk about high speed rail for a second. So you're at the Amtrak on the thing, and you get the text that says, "Oh, actually, I don't have a girlfriend." So you get in your taxi cab and drive to the Imagine Dragons concert that's going on. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You put your favorite band in there. I don't know.
Who would ever want that?
The Madison Square Garden wants that, Sarah. Okay, Madison Square fucking Garden wants it.
One time I pretended to like Imagine Dragons because I liked a guy.
Okay, don't do that.
Don't
do that.
Don't. That's
all right. If it's an Imagine Dragon concerts, you end the thing right there. But if it's like a Mumford and Sons, I don't know.
Bro,
something.
I was in high school. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, I like Imagine Dragons," and I was like, "Hell yeah, like Radioactive,"
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't take my advice. Other than figure out if he's got a girlfriend. While you're there, have a little tryst.
Yeah.
If he's not a fucking idiot and doesn't like you back or something. And then,
definitely
move on with your fucking life.
Yeah,
figure out, or if he's the one, you guys are going to figure out how to make it work, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah.
It might come with a lot of drama from your family.
Oh,
but
yeah, of course. But
it'll be worth it if he is the one, You gotta try.
You gotta give it a chance. Yeah, give it a go.
But also, like,
Don't
negotiate your losses, you know?
Oh yeah, of course, yes, of course,
like,
yeah.
You know, try to minimize those losses.
Minimize the losses as much as you can.
Try to, like, you know, if he's got a girlfriend, don't like call your parents and be like, I'm not coming home, Mom.
I gotta win this man over.
I'm in love with a white man.
Unless you want to be in my romantic comedy script.
And then you go to him and he's like fucking 3 chicks or something, and then you're like, oh well. Oops. But I assume he's a good guy because
I assume he's a good guy.
And
if you guys have been talking and you guys are having small talk, and this has been going on for a year,
yeah,
give it a chance. You know, give it a go. See what you can do.
Yeah, try.
As a.
The worst thing that can happen is that he'll say no, and then it'll be really bad.
Yeah,
it will be really bad.
Suck. Yeah, but like, you know,
everybody goes through it.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah,
and then you can go slay some like California dick.
Yeah.
You can get on the plane and just be like, you know what? Fuck that guy. Put on your sunglasses, and then like, you know,
and then the sun's rising. The GTA 5 theme starts playing.
Yeah, and then you fucking,
and
you touch down, and then you're just like, oh yeah, parents, I will not have sex before marriage, and then you just go slam dick. You just go slam white boy dick. Absolutely slamming it down. And I hope that you have that.
Yeah,
with like,
I hope you have something.
A bunch of men that respect you.
Yeah, find people that respect you, and 100%.
Yeah.
This one, I'm not sure if it's in the final cut, but I might as well. We might as well do it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. This is from Anonymous. We're gonna say they them. So, a little backstory. Oh, here's the title. Am I the asshole for refusing to date an autistic kid?
Oh yeah.
A little backstory. Me and my friends, before school started, would hang out outside our school library. One day, we were sitting down, talking help my boyfriend at the time and his friends with a project for school. And this kid, who we'll call Ivan, wouldn't leave us alone. Me and my friends have seen him staring us down in the halls, and we just feel overall uncomfortable around him. I asked him to leave politely as many times possible, but he refused.
Okay.
Then, my friend, who we'll call May, told him to fuck off and go stare at a girl's ass. He didn't like that and told her, and I quote, "Shut the fuck up, bitch, before I kick you all in the vagina." Me, because of being the protective friend I am, got up and tried to beat his ass till his skull bled.
Guys.
I only got a few punches in when my friends started holding me back. Now, back to the present. I had Ivan in one of my classes, but I didn't know it was him because of the mask. And we started to be friends. He asked me for my number, so I gave it to him. I later found out that he was autistic. So am I.
Okay.
He would constantly keep trying to FaceTime and text me every 5 minutes. It got to the point where I had my guy, my friend. Sorry, guy because friend.
Guy friend?
Yeah, it got to the point where I had my guy friend, Josh, pretend to date me so he would leave me alone. But that didn't work, and he threatened to hurt my friend because he was, quote, dating me. Ivan then told me he loved me and wanted me to break up with Josh to date him. I told him I didn't like him at all, and that I knew he was the guy who threatened to kick me in the pussy. A week goes by. I was doing classwork in the hall with a group of 4 other students. Ivan saw me and ran at me full speed and tried to swing at me, but he failed to realize that 2 teachers saw this go down.
Good.
Both teachers asked if I was okay and that I would have to talk to school officers about the situation. But am I the asshole? I don't think I am, but some people disagree. So
okay,
this might be the first time I have to say and everyone's shitty here, but to varying degrees of shitty.
I just want to say, like, you're not dating him because he's autistic. You're not dating him because he wants to punch you he wants to kick you in the pussy.
Yeah, I think the autism thing is not even
the problem
factor here.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's
a factor in
social thing.
He probably doesn't understand, like, to stop.
Yeah, to stop social cute shit like that.
And like he doesn't understand that maybe this might be like severely inappropriate.
Yeah,
maybe he doesn't, he's just an asshole. But like
that's the thing. He's still an asshole because he uses the violence. Yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, I get
it's a tricky situation.
And I get the urge sometimes to, if you're protective, to be violent. But at that point, probably not. Don't be violent.
Don't be violent. Violence is never really the answer.
Violence is a roadblock in the solution. On the path to solution. Not to be some weird fucking very holistic preacher, but like, I mean, fucking.
the super valid reason to not want to date somebody is if they threaten to kick you.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's
you don't have to date them, and it's not because of their autism.
Yeah, that's
that you don't want to date them.
The other thing too is that because he is autistic, it's definitely going to be harder to get that across. But that's the thing where you have to be careful and precise, and you have to like fucking.
You have to go to teachers. You have to go to adults.
You have to go to adults at that point.
Hopefully, they're good at their job.
That's another thing too. I get that. I get if they're not good at their job, but like if they are, they should be able to help you out and try to get an understanding of what's going on.
Maybe even try to get like a no contact order against this guy. At my school, you could get a no contact for like anything.
Yeah.
You literally could do that shit about like just I don't like her.
Yeah, so like
that's like you could do that shit for everything. So I can just go there and be like, "Hey, yeah, there's this guy, blah blah blah. If they need evidence because they're shitty, like just let them know, like show them the texts and get your friends to be like witnesses or something and just be like, "Yeah, I don't want to talk to this guy. This guy's bothering me a lot." And then hopefully they respond well. It's good that some teachers saw that he tried to physically
swing at you.
Yeah. But yeah, the question shouldn't be, am I the asshole for not wanting to date a guy because he's autistic? It's because he's violent and mean to me and my friends.
That's the thing. The framing of the question when I first read it really made it.
We had to deliberate on whether or not we could even read this because we don't. There are some things that are just so far out of our depth that we don't even want to spread anything that is false. And sometimes we just don't. We just can't.
Exactly. Yeah. So like,
and we don't want hate brought on anybody too.
Exactly. So like, I will say everyone's shitty here to certain degrees
because you tried to fight him.
Because you did try to fight and you did punch him. Like I mean,
you did fight him.
I think violence is not the answer ever. And like fucking like it
shouldn't have.
I get,
but I get
the urge to do it, and it takes a lot to sometimes not act upon it, especially in very heated moments and very. Because like I mean that was a pretty harsh fucking thing to say to someone.
Yeah, some teens can really say some crazy shit.
Awful, but I mean, I get it because I was a teen too. So like whatever,
too.
I was a piece of shit. Fucking
dude. At my middle school, there were kids telling other people to go back to Africa.
Jesus Christ,
bro. There's like a kid who's like fucking 2 feet tall. I swear to God.
Jesus.
I don't know where that kid is now, but he's like. Probably a Florida contractor or something. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. He just said that shit to somebody as a kid. It's crazy.
So, that's all I have on that one.
Craziest fucking
dude, I remember one of my friends told me that someone else called me the F slur. And I was like, why did you need to tell me that? I mean, cool. I don't give a shit.
No.
What the fuck?
That's fucking crazy.
That's some weird fucking Republican now. So, I mean,
I'm sure, probably.
That guy lied about it being someone else, and I was like, I wanted you to know that I think you're.
That's like you went to high school in the 80s. Like, who even says the F slur?
That was in fucking middle school, man. Jesus. God.
Okay, so this is my last one.
All right, this is your last one, and that's my last one.
Okay.
I say it for last because it has a funny title.
Yeah, true. Okay. Hey, big fan here, and I have a story wanting to know, am I the asshole in the situation? So I, female 18, work at Academy Sports and hate it there. It's my first job, and I have had it for almost a year. I work in the apparel department, and my job is to help customers make sure everything looks good. But one of the other people in apparel is not too good at their job. Let's call them A. A is nice, and I enjoy talking to them, but they do absolutely nothing. They don't put out any clothes in the fitting room, walk the department and fix the mess that customers leave behind, and they will disappear into either the bathroom or the break room for like 30 minutes. I did talk to them about this and they totally understood what I said, but after 2 weeks started doing the same shit. So I put in a complaint because there would be times where I would come in and the department looked like shit and the fitting rooms would be full of clothes, and this happens on a regular basis. Like every time I work with them. And after I put in the complaint, A went to one of the other apparel people that I was close with saying I was being overly mean and said all this while crying. Sorry that this was long, but I just want a second opinion on this.
That was long.
Yeah, that's not long.
Okay,
don't worry about that. So they don't really do anything, and they, kind of slack off at Academy Sports.
And if this is your first job, right, and this is a job that you don't
like it.
Usually my first response is, if it's only been a year, you probably know enough whether or not you want to stay there for a little bit. So if you can, you have experience, you can probably get a similar job elsewhere.
That is true. Well, and okay. This is retail. So
this is retail.
It is an issue when somebody is not working.
Yeah, true.
But I also have been this person.
Oh,
that is not working. And it goes to the bathroom for 30 plus minutes.
I think everyone has the ability to be that person every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if this is a person that constantly does it, that gets annoying.
It's good that you only went to complain after it was interfering with your work.
Yeah.
Because, that is when it becomes a problem. And now the consequence of being the person that disappears into the bathroom for 30 minutes is you also have to be really good at your job to do that.
Exactly.
So you don't get complaints, because that's the risk that you run. So it really is kind of on them for not doing their shit, as capitalist as that might sound.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You're not dogging them for not being the perfect worker. You're just dogging on them for not working.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, if your expectations are so high, that becomes an issue on your end. That's a little crazy. But like, if they're not doing like the bare minimum, you have a reason to be a little pissed off, like.
And I don't know. So, there are a lot of people out there, especially in retail jobs, where nobody really cares about their job. Where if somebody comes crying to them and says, so-and-so did this to me, they're going to be like, hey, so this person said they were crying. Can you not make them cry anymore? It's like, that's not really what the point is. And it's really frustrating when you're new to jobs like that and you want to do a really good job and nobody else is doing a really good job. Eventually, you're going to work long enough to understand why they don't want to do it.
Yeah, like, listen.
But it's not like you're the good worker in this scenario.
Yeah, you're the good worker.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, you're definitely a good worker. I remember fucking back in my my food service days.
Oh yeah,
being a fucking like one of the good ones. Yeah, like fucking it does. As someone who I guess was a good worker, or whatever the fuck that means.
You had like dope performance reviews.
Yeah, and like they only gave me a 25-cent raise right before a $2 raise that wiped that out of existence.
Yeah,
it's very it is definitely difficult when you have someone that's not working.
Yeah,
and I mean to be fair to them, I think the difference between your job at the academy and mine at two of the biggest theme parks in Orlando.
Yeah.
Is that my experiences probably had a bit more of an intensity to them, I feel like, just from the amount of people that were there.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure any retail job.
Yeah, any job will.
Every single retail job has a fucking, unless you're like Dippin' Dots, where like there isn't really a rush. You know?
Exactly. Like there's some job there. I mean, there's varying levels of how it's supposed to be or whatever. Yeah. But like fucking, it's sometimes it's in most cases usually being a little bit like slacking off is usually a whatever thing, but like in some situations it's not. If it affects your work, fuck them,
Yeah.
So
hey, this guy is slacking off and is giving you more work, so I would be frustrated.
That's
too,
frustrating. Yeah,
if I was given more work, especially if this guy is not doing work, it's just not cool.
Exactly.
So no, you're not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
You're not the asshole for complaining. I know that
some people would be like,
especially people who are working your job, and they're like, "Oh, really? You complain to management?" Because I used to be in a situation like that.
Oh yeah, fucking.
And it's like, yeah, I fucking did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to, like, shit, man.
You're supposed to do, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes you do.
So yeah.
But you're not. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the job force.
Welcome to the job.
Welcome to how it is.
If anything, if it really gets too bad, just look for another job, because now you have experience, at least in retail. You can probably get any retail job you want.
And I mean, it's probably gonna end up. There's always that one guy that doesn't do shit.
Yeah, true.
And it is always frustrating.
It's just the severity, how the level of severity that makes or break it.
I was always mad at that person because they were not letting me be the one that's slacking off.
Yeah, right.
It's like because fucking Craig over there doesn't want to fucking give out license, doesn't want to type license plate numbers fast enough.
Yeah,
is what I used to do.
Yeah.
Now I got to do extra. It's like, God damn it!
God.
I want to pee for 30 minutes.
Right, for the last one?
Yeah.
This is a funny title, but a serious situation, or gonna be kind of a serious thing. I now realize.
Fuck.
So this comes from some fucks.
Okay.
And they go by they them. Am I the asshole for telling my grandmother she was going to be licking my ass in hell?
I forgot about this one.
So I'm going to say probably right off the bat, not the asshole.
I can't, unless this grandmother's just like a sweet little old grandma and you were just like, hey, grandma, you're going to be licking my ass in hell. Then, yeah, probably
and
not.
Then you write down on your skateboard. Okay, no. Okay, so.
I like the skateboard.
Yeah. So, in some insight.
Yeah.
I had previously outed my father for abusing me and physically and molesting me on Facebook. I did this because he had called my sister claiming I said she was on drugs. He tends to throw fits like this a lot, so she called me and I told her that it wasn't true. I just blocked him and he was upset over that. He just tends to drag me down because he's not happy with his life, you know? Anyways, my grandma finds out about all of this and called me at work. She's telling me how no one will ever believe me, how I'm a whore, a dumb bitch, sick pervert, and how I must be on drugs. See a pattern? She ranted on and on. You're going to burn in hell, she screeched. I laughed and responded, since you support a child molester and like to damn others to hell, you'll be right there with me licking my a-hole.
I'm gonna cry. That's so beautiful.
She interrupted. How dare you talk to your grand? I calmly explained. No, how dare you?
Yeah.
Now I love you. Have a good day and never call me again. Then I hung up. Am I the asshole? No, not the asshole.
No, go.
That is.
Oh my god, your grandma sucks so bad.
Grandma can go fuck herself.
Why are people so fucking crazy?
Exactly. Yeah, there is definitely there is a pattern there,
yeah,
and
definitely
they're both the worst.
There's no nuance to that. There's no just nuance. Like your dad is a piece of shit, and then your grandmother is just like, "Why would you do this to my baby?
Would you do this?
My pedophilic baby,
yeah, exactly.
Abusive baby." Like, Jesus Christ.
Right. That is.
I'm sorry.
I am sorry.
But I'm glad that you can just be like, go fuck yourself,
go fuck
grandma.
Yourself. Yeah, that is some powerful shit. That's royal shit right there.
That's a good comeback.
That's a really good comeback.
You'll be right there licking my ass in hell.
Exactly.
Bitch.
That's yeah. In what universe are you the asshole?
What fucking universe?
Not the asshole. You're the badass. That's what you are.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're the fucking badass.
Am I the badass? That's what that should have been. Yes. You should have titled that. Yes, you are a badass.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a great one. Fucking.
It's probably very traumatic, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that we're
the trauma.
I'm sorry for the trauma, but fucking hell yeah on the response. In a couple
of years, you're gonna look back on that and be like, God, I was so cool.
Dude, if you didn't just walk out of your job immediately wearing sunglasses,
it explodes.
And explosion and skateboard.
I like skateboard.
I like the skateboard. Yeah, you did the right thing.
You absolutely did.
Yeah, fuck
your
both
grandma.
of them. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Yeah, out him on Facebook. Fuck him, dude.
Yeah, you're a fucking BAMF for that.
Fucking badass motherfucker.
Damn straight.
That ends our new segment. Am I the badass?
Am I the BAMF or not?
Am I the BAMF? Send us your BAMF stories. Add a new Google form. That's a weird segue. I'm sorry.
Fucking people are crazy.
People are fucking crazy,
How can
man.
you tell someone you're going to hell and then, you say, no, you're going to lick my asshole in hell? Like, you brought it, and then you go, how dare you speak to me that way? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. You lost that respect. Sorry.
Whatever. The Rock. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. That's what it is.
You get to have a little bit of misogyny on that one. Congrats.
Absolutely, you do.
God.
That grandma is why women deserve less. My God.
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far.
Don't be saying that shit. Okay, women who tell other women who were sexually abused that no one will believe them deserve less.
There you go. Yes, thank you. Thank you for specifying it.
God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, she can burn in hell.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. You are not the asshole. You are the badass.
Shit's gonna get a lot better for you now that
exactly.
those guys are out of your life. Thank God.
Get the fuck out, dude. Holy shit.
God bless.
God bless. Person's the coolest. Respect.
Dog. Okay. That's it.
Our show, everybody. We told someone that was a good thing that they told
so many people who got narcissistic parents.
Yeah, so many, man.
It's good to know because growing up as a kid, I always thought I was very like, I thought I was the bad kid. You know?
You're not. No.
But it's nice to hear other people's stories about it and that it's a common thing. Well, I mean, not super common, but it's like it's a thing that happens because it just felt like
it's only
what
happening,
are the odds that my mother isn't human and is a fucking alien that I have to treat differently than every other person? What are the odds? Not very many odds. And then you feel really bad, and then fucking people, connect with that.
Yeah, so damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, so I want to share this story real quick. It's a really dark story.
25 minutes.
It's one of the worst stories I have about a situation with my mom, and you can decide to cut it out or not, okay?
Okay, all right, okay.
So my dad had passed away, and I had gotten into an argument with my mother. And my mother said to me, in this argument, we're not going to talk, and then I'm going to die, and the same thing is going to happen to you, where you feel guilty that you didn't talk to your dad before he died is going to happen with your mother. Like, basically making me feel guilty for arguing with her and using that as a guilt trip over me so that we would continue to argue and I would continue to keep her in my life forever, because I think she was understanding that I was getting to the point where I did not want to keep dealing with this shit. So then I look her in the eyes and I say, I did it once, I'm going to do it again. And I felt like shit. I felt like shit for doing that, because it's a terrible thing to say to your mother on paper.
On paper, yeah.
But it's also a terrible fucking thing to say to your child.
Yeah, you had the good comeback on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Not the asshole, you're the badass motherfucker.
I've literally told like maybe 2 people that story. Like, I've told you.
Yeah.
And I've told like my brothers. And I think my brothers were like, yeah, she just did that to hurt you. And it's like, okay, so now we all know.
We all know,
We all know that she just did that to hurt me.
That's a bad thing.
And it's like, well, because I'm an adult now, I have to get over that shit? No, I'm gonna be petty.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be petty as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
No, that's some fucking terrible ass shit.
Yeah.
And that's some terrible ass shit that your grandmother said to you, and you do not have to get over it, and you do not have to talk to her, because holy crap.
Exactly.
That's some insane shit. Nobody's gonna believe you?
Fucking ridiculous.
That's like admitting that it's true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wild. I don't know. That's like, and that's why I get so serious about these narcissistic parents things.
No, I get it.
Is because it escalates to that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which is these instances of very violent emotional abuse.
I get it. Yeah.
Where you don't have to take it.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to be 40 years old and on the phone with your mother, and your mother's like, "You're so lazy," and then you're just going to be like, "Fuck you, mom," and then hang up.
Yeah.
Because
of course.
Of course.
Damn.
So anyway, bye. Follow us on Patreon.
No, you gotta do the full plug, Sarah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't
Sarah.
know if you want to follow me and see my tweets about not having an abusive mom, but tweets about NFTs. And want to hear all my thoughts on NFTs and how I made jambalaya that smelled like cigarettes earlier,
and how hot your grandma was. Yeah.
That was an accident.
No, it wasn't. Don't fucking lie to everyone. Grandma was fucking smoking, dude. Go to SQUINT271 on Twitter.
No, so you didn't even do it right. SQUINTON271 on Twitter.
271.
Squintu.
All right. Okay. So yeah, SQUINTON271.
And then on Instagram at SQUINTON27.
Oh,
fuck. And then you can follow me on TikTok at shutup._.Sarah.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Chinland. What is it? YouTube Joshua Chinland. Eventually I'll make videos. Maybe. Yeah. Fuck, I don't know. A guy nicknamed JC on Twitch. I'm finally back into streaming, and we played Fall Guys today. Actually, the day of this recording, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll be getting back into that probably Monday and Tuesdays. I think I'm going to make streaming days. Yeah. The days when this podcast come out, as well as the day after. So
it was a good time.
And we'll just play video games and chill out. I'm also a guy nicknamed JC on something else, TikTok. Yeah, so if you want to see those Twitch highlights, go there. And a podcast will save this on Instagram, APWSTR on Patreon, buy me a coffee, APWSTR. TikTok APWSTR, Twitter APWSTR, and everywhere you listen. If you're listening on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Indeed.
If you were like halfway to the monetization of YouTube and like I want that paper.
Josh really wants that fucking paper.
I just want the fucking paper that says, "Hey, you guys are worthy of ads."
When do we get a plaque?
100,000.
That's the first one?
That's the first one.
Okay. I want one of those.
Let's get us to 100,000 by end of year to next year.
Next year.
Next year. 100,000 by end of next year.
Let's get a fucking plaque.
100,000 for 100, guys. We did 100 episodes. Where's our thousands?
By episode 200, let's get 100,000 at least.
Fair enough. Let's do that. Yeah. I think that's our show.
Yeah.
Happy 100th.
Happy 100th.
Cheers. I don't have any coffee, but cheers.
I barely have.
That's our show.
Alcohol.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Rotations.
Sounds like ass. The worst.
This is ASMR. We're an ASMR channel now, guys.
ASMR, but you're playing the loudest fucking sounds. And this is what it sounds
warning.
Like. This is what it sounds like.
This is what it sounds like.
To play a fucking kazoo or some shit.
Take that out of your mouth.
Okay.
That can't be the outro.